how is he not fucking in a fucking re-education camp? Like, how the fuck do you say this? I'm just like, this is not a thing that they let people do.
He's not a CPC plant. We've confirmed that. No way in hell would they get this popular person to go up and talk about how the identity of a Chinese nation state is bubkiss. He loves me. Okay, here we go. Heidely ho.
One sec. You technically, no one can hear anything you say, but don't. Hey, no hard R's.
I was about to, but then I realized I'm streaming too, so that wouldn't go well.
You're also streaming?
I am also streaming. I don't know why I assumed you'd be done by now.
Yeah, I got Jianged.
Yeah, apparently you're doing 5 minutes of Jiang for $5.
$10.
That's diabolical.
It's extremely addictive. It's so bad. Heather walked down and gave me $10 to do one. I'm not joking. She came down, she's like, do another one. She can't type anymore, so she's upstairs with Violet right now listening to this because it breaks her brain.
Plot twist. That's all of his super chats. It's just his wife coming down and giving money for encouragement.
One sec. I'm trying to add you in. I need to add in.
Oh, you're doing that. Just take the audio from Discord, man. Why are you?
I don't have it right now. I've had to add it.
Really?
Check it out. Now you're here. You're in.
Okay.
I took it out of this scene because I was working on fixing it to get something else working. And
you make a new scene. Don't fix the current scene that works.
I just added the audio for it. You're live, by the way. Everyone can hear you making fun of me cruelly.
Not on the inside.
Should I share my screen so you can watch?
Yeah, please.
All right.
Oh, that drink I just got is terrible. Oh, God.
So you should be able to see everything, see my chat, and see that. You can resize it or whatever.
Sure can.
So we're watching Jiang. He's teaching us, and if you didn't know, there are only 3 civilizations that have ever had mandatory schooling for children. And it was the Spartans, the Aztecs, and the Prussians.
Is that what they're calling it?
He somehow, and I'm still trying to figure out, didn't talk about how the Jews actually are one of the first people to do this. Given that it's a brainwashing technique for war and destroying the world, and it's true that the Jewish schools for teaching the Torah were some of the earliest forms of what we have as modern pedagogy, and I'm kind of amazed that he didn't go there. But he's too stupid to be properly anti-Semitic, and so it's a really kind of wild. It's just very fascinating.
Well, it's because it's like it seems like it's a kind of weird a fundamentalist Christian counterculture thing where they aren't anti-Semitic until you get to there's like a weird separation between Jews in antiquity and Jews today. Jews today, they're fine with having conspiracy theories about. Previous ones are proto-Christians. So it's until some point at which, they went to the dark side, I guess.
Are post-Christians because the Torah studying happened post-Christ.
Right.
So
okay.
It's like 100, 150
yeah.
current era.
Okay. Sorry. Well, then.
No, it's fine. It's here's the thing. I've encountered this specific conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I'm like, he's too ignorant to do the like Alex Jones thing. It's weird. I'm fascinated by it. Anyway, we have a few minutes left of it, so enjoy.
All right, let's see this.
Wait, it's probably not doing audio. Is it going to do audio? It's not going to do audio for you.
The last time we called, it was sketchy, but everything worked.
I didn't know you were calling in today to like have to share my screen to you and all this other garbage.
No, that's why you prepare in advance, Brooks.
Why would I ever prepare in advance for that?
I know, right? Been doing this for 5 years. I've never been ready for stream.
The problem is it's a VLC video source in OBS. I'm not watching this on a different screen.
Oh.
That's the problem. It's in OBS. It's a fucking thing when people donate $10, Jiang pops up. So it's not a thing I can really share.
You can actually share a screen that you can pop out of OBS, by the way.
But not the audio.
Sure you can.
Maybe it'll work. We'll find out. Let me know if it works.
All right.
Yeah, okay. That's
can you hear
a
it?
Point, okay? Aren't our parents
That'll
brainwashed
do.
as well? That's correct. Your parents are brainwashed. But what I'm saying is, when a parent is with a child, the child feels secure. And if you're secure, you're much more willing to disobey authority. You're much willing to ask questions. You're much willing to think for yourself because you feel secure, because your parent is there to protect you. But if you take the parent away, you can't do that. You must now rely on the teacher who can now brainwash you.
This is a remarkable statement for somebody who had to leave the country because he was beating his kid at a pool.
He's so fucking out of his mind. I just love, because he just goes with whatever's being said. He's like, well, yes, but can't the parent brainwash you too? Yes, your parents are also brainwashing you. It's like, fucking what the, but you're a teacher at a school. You're not brainwashing us? No, I'm not. For reasons. I love it.
Am I brainwashing you? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So
Okay.
the question is, am I brainwashing you? Okay.
Yep.
That's a good question.
It
It's
is.
a fair question. And again,
I will say though,
that's why I tell you this.
I like the
Tr-
Evangelion sort of Sealy covered blackboard he's using now.
Yeah.
I kind of want to imitate that actually. That's pretty cool.
Me too, dude. Me too. I've tried to see what if I could rent one, because I wrote an entire script in Jiang's tone and style. I don't want to do it in a classroom. I want to record the whole thing in one shot in a classroom.
I also want to say, like, this guy is, if you want to have like a picture of how much money this person is bringing in on a monthly basis,
I don't want to have this discussion because it hurts me. It hurts my soul.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars easily, probably more.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. He does not teach.
He makes enough in a month to take care of all my needs for a year and a half.
There is no way.
Comfortably.
No, he's not monetized. He is monetized. He
is absolutely monetized.
Who is telling you he's not monetized? How would you
what
know?
The fuck?
How would you know he's not monetized? Are you crazy?
Here I go anti-anything.
At
was-
Suresh0T478 super chatted $5. The first time I've seen him have students and they're asking him if he's brainwashing them LMAO.
I love it. It's great.
Like, okay, here's the thing though. So he says he's not monetized? Why do you believe him? Like, if I told you I'm not monetized, guess what? YouTube still serves you ads. It would actually make no sense to not monetize my channel because YouTube will monetize it either way. It makes no difference in terms of the viewer's experience. It's literally just saying, no, I want Google to take all of my money. Why?
There's no way it's not monetized.
There's literally
That's
there's literally no reason. He also has multiple channels, by the way. So if he's saying he's not monetized the main channel, he's got like 3 others.
He has 2.15 million subs. He put out a video a day ago that has gotten 630,000 views. I got ads on it. So if he's not monetized, bullshit.
Well, I mean, first of all, his production values keep going up. So if he's not monetized, where is his money coming from? Secondly, like, where is all this equipment coming from? How's he traveling so much? Like, why do you think for 1 second he's telling the truth when he says he's not monetized? He would be crazy to not monetize himself. Like, at a CCP, the Chinese government is not shelling out. Why would, if it's CCP, why wouldn't they want him to monetize his channel either? That's more money. Also, why do you think the Chinese government is responsible for this? Do you think Google is in cahoots with the Chinese government to try to put, like, what?
Wait, what?
There are people there are people who legitimately think that. So there's people who think that everybody who criticizes Jiang is part of a Jewish conspiracy. And there's people who think that Jiang exists because of a CPC conspiracy. And it's like, no, he's a shithead who probably botted his channel and hit the algorithm in just a way because he was you know, picking at that soft spot of a whole lot of really underdeveloped people's brains. That's all. Like, why does What If Altist or like Jordan Peterson, why do they have successful careers? It's the same thing. It's the same frickin' thing, guys.
If he's not monetizing, he's giving up literally millions of dollars at this point.
Well, and if he's a CPC plant, then whoever his handler is giving up millions of dollars at this point. Why would you ever turn that down? That makes no sense. Like, that may not be, like, enough money to, like, I don't know, impact a war or something. That's a lot of money for organizing something. You could fund a whole lot of personnel to do a whole lot of shit with a few $1 million a year. Like, that's an entire organization. That's an entire business somewhere. Like, what? I do not think this guy is a Chinese plant. I think that's I know there's people who point to his background and they're like, okay, he's had like some weird interactions with the Chinese police or whatever, but like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, no. No. That's silly. Do we know for sure Jiang beat his kid? Yes, because he told us he did. He told us he did. He went on stream.
He said hit his kid. He used the phrase hit his kid.
Because he was angry. That's the best part about it. It's not even like a disciplinary measure.
At Suresh.
I can mute that. It's Suresh. If he isn't associated with the Falun Gong, they would love to have him. That's very fair.
Apparently it's funny. So there's all of these Shenyun, right? There's all these Shenyun ads in my city. And like it's so weird.
If he isn't monetized, I'm genuinely stunned.
He's monetized. He'd be stupid not to be monetized. There's
It
no
is not monetized. I just checked, and the metadata shows no monetization at all.
Then
That's fucking insane.
that is actually really weird then. What about his other channels?
I don't know. That hurts my brain that that's fucking the case.
Unless he was demonetized for JQ posting. Like if he was demonetized and that was the cause.
Doesn't seem to be the case. It's registered in Canada. Ads are not active on it right now. So if I'm getting ads, it's for other reasons. Shit.
Oh, there's another potential reason why he wouldn't want to be monetized. If his like financial accounts for whatever reason are associated with some kind of criminal activity.
No, I doubt that. He's not that interesting.
I
mean, maybe. Who knows? At this point, fucking whatever. That's crazy. That is that much money on the table. That's just. He's doing it for the love of the game.
I don't believe that. Here's the thing.
I don't believe it either.
I don't believe that. So if he's like not monetizing, there's gonna be a weird reason for that. I do not think he's a CPC plant though.
It would make sense if he's being paid by other people. Like that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, but who would pay for this? That's what I'm curious about. Because like he doesn't. Like let's be clear, he doesn't do anything.
All it takes is one crazy billionaire who's like, no, you give it away for free. I'm paying for you. You got a five. Like all it takes is one crazy rich person.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
By the way, if there's any crazy billionaires out there looking for someone else to pay for,
I've got more life in me than the guy with the beard. Just saying. He's 10 years older.
That's a long-term investment. This is a shorter-term, higher impact investment. That's a long-term payoff. No one needs that.
I really don't think Peter Thiel is paying off Professor Jiang.
No, I don't think it'd be Thiel either. But that'd be funny.
Musk maybe. I could see Musk paying for Jiang.
You have the capacity to challenge me. You have the capacity to think for yourself.
Oh, he does have a patron, I think.
Okay? So all I'm saying is, hear me out, ask me questions, and then think for yourself whether or not I make sense. Because the difference between my class and other classes is like, I don't test you, right? I don't give you grades. It's a class.
I don't give a shit if you're learning. I don't fucking have any metrics that I can use to show that the class was worthwhile in any capacity.
Well, now, Brooks. Actually, just point of information. Grades don't actually help kids learn very efficiently. Here's the thing, though. He's not.
No, I'm just saying it's at least a metric.
Well, that's the thing. He's not testing them at all. Like, you don't need to grade kids to test them. You can like.
Oh, his Substack, which has many subscribers, is paid subscription with tiered plans.
Okay.
He has a PayPal type one-time support link and everything. He's got a handful of things, book sales and other stuff that does that.
But why would you leave the YouTube money on the table is why I'm confused. He also no, hang on. He doesn't have a Patreon. That's interesting.
I know he has a Substack, which is, I mean, whatever.
Here's the thing though. How does Substack pay you? Do you know how?
Prison pays for a monthly sub.
No. I
and
understand how subscriptions on Substack work. What I'm asking is, how does Substack do payouts? Like, do they use PayPal? Do they go directly to your bank? Like, what do they do?
No, it's a bank account thing. It's a business.
Okay. I wonder if his PayPal's compromised, and he can't receive AdSense. Because I know
Just open another
Patreon.
one.
Because I think Patreon only recently, maybe I guess.
Just open another one.
Yeah, but he's dumb. I don't know.
True.
Look, all I'm saying is it's weird. He's obviously willing to take money. It's weird to say that he doesn't want to have his views slanted because of his lessons, because he chose to post his lessons, quote unquote, on YouTube, and he's
I
getting
wanna see
paid
if I can
ostensibly
find
for them
out.
to begin with. Jiang has been trying to get a media
Okay.
profile for nearly a decade now.
He has his general. So he's got a couple tiers.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, he's got a basic $5 a month. That's it. You can subscribe for $50 a year, or you can be a founding member, where you have private Zoom discussions with him for $240 a year.
That's not a bad deal. That's not a bad deal, Brooks. You want to get it. You would have one shot because you'd never get it again. But you could have a call with
No,
them.
you wouldn't. Yep.
You could have a call with them for $240.
Yeah, but it would be with a bunch of people. There's zero chance I'd be able to really talk. I'd have to know what those are like.
Isn't it a one-on-one?
Founding member Zoom discussions. So no.
Oh, so you would say something weird.
You get to
He
join
would
the founding
ban
member
you.
call. Like, you get to be a sea of people looking at Jiang and loving how his nuts shine and stuff like that. It's just dumb. But it's like,
I wonder if you get to see them.
50
I wonder if you get to see the other members though. No, we're not doing it. It's not worth it. If it was a one-on-one call, if there was a way to do that, but unfortunately the way to do that would have been 2 years ago, probably with 240 donation.
yeah,
at
at this
one
point,
time.
there's no way he's going to do a one-on-one call.
No, he's too much money.
He has 92,000 subscribers on Substack with $5 a piece
Minimum.
minimum.
See, why aren't we doing that? What the hell?
Because
Just go sneak into a high school after school, set up your camera, and just pretend to teach a class.
I have been trying to find a classroom, community college, rent a meeting room that looks like it's a classroom. I can't find one.
Really?
It's very frustrating.
Oh, you don't rent
I
one.
told you, I wrote an hour-long fucking script where I'm going to pretend to be him and draw on a board and but it just can't find a classroom for it.
Why do you need a whole classroom? Just get a
Because I
wall
don't-
and put a whiteboard up.
All right, you want to bring me a whiteboard and find a wall that I can record from the distance that I need to in order to have it? I need a room then that would work with that. I need the chairs and the setup, and I need the decorations around
You
it.
could
It's
literally green
you
screen.
need the pomp and circumstance.
You could literally green screen his exact setup behind you. You even have the scribbling thing that would
I
work
need
so
a
you could
large
project it
enough
onto your
green-
board.
I am a 6'6" person. I need a green screen that fits me so I can walk around. Done. Over. Game over. Like, I have a green screen for when I sit. It goes 6 feet tall. Doesn't go tall enough. And it's not that wide. No, I've looked into this. I've looked into lots of different ways I could do it. Generally not very easy.
And a CCP flag.
Well, you need a few of the accoutrements around him, and I think the thing you really need is a person who pretends to have different voices. I was gonna have Heather do it, just pretending to have a deep voice at one point and then a higher pitched voice.
Just have the Charlie Brown teacher voice in the background. Just yeah.
To say, you know what, this is nonsense. I don't want to listen anymore. I can't stop you. Okay? But in school, guess what happens if you don't go come to school? Your parents get arrested.
What?
All right?
What? No, they don't. What?
Do you understand? That's the difference.
Hang on.
You're
Slow down.
really
Slow
going
down.
out to
Slow down.
attention.
What?
I
If your kids don't go to
don't-
school, your parents get arrested? What?
that can happen. Truancy laws, depending on the thing, it's a thing. Kamala Harris did this. This was one of the things. She arrested parents of poor children who were truant. It was a scandal with this. It happens.
This sounds like an American thing.
Oh, I'm sure it's a fucking American thing. Are you kidding? But again, that's for parents whose kids are scheduled to go to school.
Like you can have like social services come by and possibly take away your kids if you're not like, you know, getting them into public school. But like, I've never heard of people being arrested for it.
No. If you register them for homeschooling, you're generally pretty fine. Like,
well, you wouldn't register them for. I'm just talking about neglect. Like you just wouldn't send them to school, right?
Yeah, no. The big deal there is that American schools are funded based on how many kids are actually showing up. So, and they can't have X number of missed days. So it literally fucks the school if like 5 or 6 kids decide that they're just not going to come for like 3 weeks.
Sorry, I keep forgetting you live in a prison colony.
Yes, basically. It's really horrifying, but that's the deal. It's broken.
All right. So another question is, okay, if schools are designed to brainwash you, what are they brainwashing you in? Well, they're designed to brainwash you to believe a concept called the nation state.
What? Here's a question for you. Who even heard the term nation state in school? Like when did I don't remember actually being taught anything about any of these concepts in school. Granted,
if it weren't for Civilization the game, I might not have heard of the term into my mid-20s. Like nation state that was it for me. That was where I learned the term the first time, I believe. That's such a fucking crazy statement. I love it. I do love his fucking setup here. I don't know about you.
I love it. I love that look. It's a little busy.
He's unique.
I'd clean it up a little bit, but it is that board is just he was experimenting with a few backgrounds, which by the way, each of which is a very expensive solution.
Yes, it is.
But that I hope he keeps that board because I kind of dig it. It's really wait. What have we got on the back there? We got Sparta. Oh, these are Sparta.
One sec.
Is that a super chat or what?
I went full string on. What I'm sharing to you should have changed just now.
Did you fuck up?
No, I just switched it so it'd be full screen.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. I see. Okay.
So
we got Sparta. We got what is that? Oh, school. Okay. Can this man not write?
No.
As Sparta, Aztecs. And sorry, so these are three civilizations that had schooling?
I think.
What is the definition of schooling being used here? Is it just the fact of childhood education? Because that's every culture.
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
The schools are designed to brainwash you to think the nation state exists. It is a person, Mother China. You must love this person.
How is he not fucking in a fucking re-education camp? Like, how the fuck do you say this? I'm just like, this is not a thing that they let people do.
He's not a CPC plant. We've confirmed that. No way in hell would they get this popular person to go up and talk about how the identity of a Chinese nation state is bubkus.
That's crazy, dude. What the shit, man?
Good question.
Person. You must be willing to dedicate yourself to this person because it is Mother China. And how do we brainwash you? We teach you language, right? We teach you history. We teach you geography. We teach you all this to make you believe that the nation state, Mother China, the United States, France, they all exist. But guess what?
Sir Shot, thank you. Sad thing is Jiang represents the default of how regular people think. He reminds me of many conversations I've had with coworkers in blue-collar jobs my entire life, and it has gotten this bad. It's not far from reality.
Sir Shot, don't you have a rent to pay?
Most of human history.
Of course you don't. Pay more.
It's absurd to think the nation state existed.
Yeah, stop giving Sunday's rival money.
Exactly.
Sunday's on. Go pay Sunday money.
No, don't pay me money. I got paid today. I'm good. Pay Brooks. Anyone in my chat?
You made enough to do Res 9
and make an additional 100 on top of it.
Hey.
Yeah. Go donate to Brooks if you're watching this.
I have a handful of comments as you start doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to be wanting to have a conversation at the end of it about a handful of mechanics in the game that I'm going to be curious how you. I'm going to be watching parts of the game.
I'm interested in that too, because it seems, from what I've seen, it seems disjointed in strange ways. I've passively watched some playthroughs. I don't know the plot fully. I've got like a scattering. Oh,
No, you're good. It's I muted the tips.
okay.
Thank you, Lone, for the $10.
It's like a scattered bunch of impressions, but it looks like they've kind of combined like 7 and 8 with the RE4 remake, and I don't know how that works. I also since they did the RE4 remake and they went for a more grounded, even if I don't like the writing of the RE2 remake, they went for more of a grounded look. I don't like that they went the weird, like, Leon Kennedy is now a martial arts master in 4 and is just...
I'm actually, again, this is the discussion I love having with you. That's narrative and story, not mechanics. It's going to be fun to watch you play, because one of the things that the Resident Evil games have, I think, gotten very good at is blending the two and watching how people sort of respond to a handful of points. This is Biohazard, for example, Resident Evil 7. There's a handful of moments that when you watch someone play it for the first time, if they haven't done a Resident Evil game and they don't do a lot of horror, they hit these moments of like, they genuinely don't know what to do because they're terrified or they're scared of this or that, and their story beats. They're unavoidable, terrifying.
I actually have the reverse read on what Resident Evil has done. I think it's really good at it, but I think actually, I think it's kind of, I think it's the opposite. I think what's happened is the Resident Evil formula, basically from 1, 2, and 3, where you have save rooms and puzzle items and you have to like manage like resources and whatnot, and you have to like carry a limited amount of things here and there. I think that sort of exists in an uneasy tension with this sort of Amnesia styled stalker horror game that they've appended to it very well, but like you will have safe rooms in RE2 and you will have stalker enemies that will follow you and then stop at the door and walk away, and it's like, for me, it takes me out of it because I'm playing a Resident Evil game now. That is the Resident Evil game formula. And it exists almost in a different universe from the actual horror setting itself. And I'm able to compartmentalize those, but it means that parts of the game world in the world basically function the same way as the pause menu does. Like, it's in the game, but it's not in the game, so to speak. You know?
Yes, actually, I do. And it's those moments I find really interesting to watch how people go through it and how they set it up, genuinely, because it's a very interesting, like, there's not a lot of horror games left that do anything that I find intense. I don't find Resident Evil scary, but like the intensity of Resident Evil games from like have gotten insanely good at what they're doing.
It's tension. It's like,
and there's not a lot of games that do that well anymore for me. And so it's like how they're doing it and how people react to it, I find utterly fascinating.
Amnesia sort of went back to that a little bit because they went in a narrative direction with Soma, which had tense moments, but it really like, you could see the direction they were going in, which was much more in the walking simulator direction. Amnesia the Bunker brought it back a little bit, but here's the thing though. I don't
think it did enough. I'm with you completely on that.
Well, I think weirdly, here's where like sort of setting and narrative sort of matter a little bit, because it's like with Amnesia the Bunker, there was the tension of being stalked by a thing, sort of like an Alien Isolation. But one of the reasons why the early Resident Evils were so freaky, besides the fact that we weren't like, burnt out on zombies by that point, is because there was this constant escalation of like, what level of like abominable nonsense, version of nature is happening. It kept intensifying, and it was campy, but it also was grounded enough where it was like it had a weirdly, I think one of the only pieces of media that really captured that feeling. Have you ever seen what is it called, Primal, the cartoon?
The Gindies?
I think so. The one with
Samurai Jack guy.
Yeah. There's an episode called The Plague of...
There's also a movie called it that I was very confused for a moment.
Very different.
The cartoon.
The
cartoon is phenomenal. The cartoon's one of the best pieces of animated art maybe ever.
The episode The Plague of Madness is one of the best pieces of zombie horror put to screen.
I can agree. I can agree.
And I feel like Resident Evil 1 and 2 had a similar vibe. They also incidentally had that weird synth like background as well for music. Yeah.
Black Summer, which was a Netflix zombie show.
I haven't
First
seen
season
that.
far better than the second. I don't recommend a lot of zombie shows to people. It's at the top of my list to recommend because it did things in a very unique way. It plays very similar to what you're talking about. I think maybe it's very good.
Have you seen Kingdom?
It's very good. Have I seen
The
Kingdom?
Korean zombie movie, the medieval Korean zombie movie?
No.
Not medieval. It's like I think it's 18th century, but it's really fucking good. It's not just really good. They actually have like a period female doctor investigating it, and it's so well done. Watch that if you haven't seen Kingdom. It is I think it's,
I will grab it.
Personally, it is to me the best piece of zombie fiction period in the last 20 years. Seriously, I actually think it's the best one.
All right.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what you think, but I think it was the best one, and it's like it's legitimately fun without making a joke of itself. I'm gonna watch that tonight. Probably I'm gonna start watching it tonight after this stream.
Black Summer is really great.
No worries. I don't recognize any of these actors, so that's good. Oh, wait, hang on. Jamie King I recognize. Where is she from? Oh, Sin City. That's where I recognize her from.
Yeah, you won't recognize it. Like you may sort of, the show, it does whatever it does, and it's the intensity of the show is very rare. It's very rare, but it's like I need something to do something unique. Vampire movies. We talked about this. I fucking hated Nosferatu. I had a whole bunch of issues with it. But like, if I'm gonna watch a vampire movie and enjoy it, it's gonna be something interesting.
Yeah.
And I found super fun Abigail.
Oh, I saw bits of that one on Instagram. That one looks really good.
Shit, what
that
a
one
fun
looks really good.
movie.
The
Nick Cage one, where it's focused on his servant. Renfield. Brilliant 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they forgot what the fuck they were doing as a movie.
I've noticed a lot of comedies do that. Yeah.
Is so good. Like the whole thing is basically like a abusive relationship in the modern world.
Yeah.
And one of the best scenes is when he's like, he goes and he's like, he's at a fucking abusanon sort of meeting for abused spouses. And he's like, well, you know, he treats me so terribly, and he transforms into this monster every night, and I don't know where he goes. And they're like, I know, my husband transforms. He goes, no, he transforms into a monster. It's like, it's that kind of thing. It's really, really, really well done. I liked it.
Did you know that Zach Krager, on the subject of Resident Evil, Zach Krager is directing the Resident Evil Netflix series? I think that's coming out, or is a movie?
I have so many hopes.
He's
so good.
This is the one case where I could see him pulling it off. And here's the weird thing too.
Oh no, Zach Krager absolutely can pull it off. The question is whether they let him.
Oh, I think they will.
He is fucking weird.
But
they have to. He's had 2 successes. He's cashing it in. Like he's talked about. Like he's a video game guy.
But
this is his shit.
Absolutely.
He's cashing in all of his political cred to just get the chance to do this. And if he can knock it out of the park, it'll make his fucking career. It's crazy.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm so excited.
There's a flip side to this too, which is I think they will. I think they're going to. I think they're going to let him go nuts. Because Resident Evil 9 had very clear nods to Barbarian. Like, it was very, very clearly inspired by Barbarian. It right down to, you've seen Zach Krager's Barbarian. Has anyone seen Zach Krager's Barbarian? It's not his best film. I think Weapons surpasses
Weapons is easily his best movie.
But it is still very good.
God, Weapons is so... Barbarian is like a 9 out of 10. For what it is, it's one of the best horror movies. He just happened to have made something far, far better in Weapons. That's way more weird and fucked up.
I'm cautiously optimistic about the Weapons prequel he's making, simply because it is Zach Krager. But as soon as I hear about expanded universes with this stuff, I'm like, oh my god, just don't.
He wouldn't be doing it if he didn't have something, because he's not. He's a unique person.
I agree. But the again, first
just do it the scene again, mouth open wider and happy.
Oh god.
No,
After
that's the whitest kid you know sketch where he's the director. It's a long running joke in the.
well, I was gonna.
He plays a director who says that to like the guys. He's like,
Oh yeah,
he's directed a scene. Oh yeah, no, it seems like they strangled her in her sleep. No, you need to say it. It seems like they strangled her. Great job.
the
So good.
Oh fuck, what was I gonna say? The
Boone, you were bored of weapons,
what?
dude. Being bored of weapons is a handful of people have said this to me, and I don't get it.
Well,
It's a
hang
fucking
on.
horror movie about it's a horror movie about Sandy Hook.
You're incorrect. Is the correct response to that? You're wrong.
That's fair.
You were
It's a horror movie about Sandy Hook, the school shooting, and it's fucking killer.
you are morally in error to be bored by weapons.
Yeah, how can you be bored by that final fucking scene alone? Like, it's the best ending to a movie I've seen in a long time. Like, satisfying in a really crazy way.
It'd be the best ending to the movie we're watching right now. Speaking of,
You didn't say, I'm Chinese, before you say, I'm a Beijinger, or I'm from Haidian.
I'm a Haidianer.
Right?
I'm a Chow
Makes
Yenner.
more sense.
Beijinger.
You're from a place where you know the people. But now, because of the nation
You don't
state,
know everyone in
you
Beijing.
are forced to believe that you are the same person as someone from Yunnan, Tibet, Guangxi. Even though, guess what, guys? You have absolutely nothing in common. Okay? But you're all Chinese. And that's what school is designed
you
to
probably
do.
have nothing in
School
common
is
with the people in
designed-
Beijing. Like,
I look, this is one of those things I agree. Like, he's making a point that is empty. Like, that's this whole thing is he makes points that are empty that are true enough, but they're not saying anything. And it's magic.
And in you, a false
I know. Begonia was amazing.
I didn't see Begonia.
Anyone who Begonia was awesome.
Was that also
I
Zack
was
Ryder?
super surprised by it. No. It's the other super weirdo. Fuck, why can't I remember his fucking name? Yorgos.
Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yes.
Fuck, what did he do again?
You should just go watch all of his movies without looking anything up. Like, I don't know, Poor Things. Just watch it.
Oh,
It's
he's Poor
totally
Things.
fine and nothing's weird in it at all. Kind of Kindness. Oh God, Kinds of Kindness was something else. He's great.
Killing of a Sacred Deer I know about. Haven't seen The Lobster, but I know about it.
Fuck, Killing of a Sacred Deer is so good. Fuck.
Alright, I'll have to watch those and get incredibly mentally ill.
The Favorite was very good. That's like his normally.
I'll just
normalish one.
do them in order. I do them in order these days.
of a nation state. Okay? That's what history is. History is the false memory of a nation state.
What?
And and that's why you're all forced to go to school. Okay?
Okay.
And not because they need like a literate labor force that can manage machines and use computers and write.
Yeah. So the point of school is to serve the nation state. Do you understand?
He's
Right?
not
Does that make
wrong.
sense?
I
If you live in a
hate
nation
this.
state,
He's
if
not
you love
wrong.
Mother China, then you must serve her. You
He's
must
not
obey
wrong.
her. You must fight for her. You must die for her. Okay? So
Okay.
the idea of the nation state was created in order to make you obedient to authority.
Okay.
And it works very. Okay.
Next video. I have 1,200 of these. It's random.
Really interesting about science is it hasn't really improved in the past 50, 70
All right.
years. We're spending billions
guys, here's
trillions of
the
dollars
deal.
on science.
Here's the deal, okay? Here's the deal. So Brooks is charging you $10 per Jiang segment. I'm charging $10 so I don't constantly interrupt the Jiang segment with the entire time, okay? Starting now. Okay,
You
press
can
play.
just mute the tips and just be like, we're just janging it up.
I'm pretty sure that's a slur.
Probably.
Science that much.
We
There
haven't
have been
improved
no
science.
great discoveries. And there are three reasons why, okay? The first is specialization. You're only allowed to focus on one very specific problem. And without generalists, without being able to think of science very broadly, it's hard to come up with new discoveries. All right? The other thing is you have a very strict bureaucracy. So as a scientist, you spend most of your time actually applying for funding. You actually don't spend most of your time trying to solve the problems of the universe. The third thing is credentialism, where if you don't have a certain PhD and you don't belong to a major research university, you're not allowed to talk about science.
You're not allowed to talk about science. They jailed my friend for 6 years for going out and talking about quantum physics. It was wild.
This is probably a sensitive spot for him, to be fair. What are his? He does not have a PhD.
No. I think
he's
like associates, bachelors.
To put this into perspective. To put this into perspective, technically on screen right now, I am the most qualified person. I'm just saying. You should not listen to me, though.
Three reasons it's hard to do science. It's hard to discover truth. And that's the intention. The intention is to prevent people from discovering the truth of the world. Okay? Now, science is not
that's another video, and
slowly building their own underwater fiber optic network. So they're basically prioritizing this network created by the American military. Yes, I understand they're spending their own money to build this network, but it's the American military that spent taxpayer money to do the R&D for all this. Okay? That's where the real value is.
As a brief comment,
that's the entire clip.
I adore the fact that this is an English class. Like, predominantly, its function is to help the children of Chinese parents to speak and engage with English better.
Can you imagine? I keep asking about the parent-teacher conference night, where it's like, how's my student doing? Well, he didn't really pay attention to the brainwashing segment, but he failed when we were talking about the Jews controlling the Illuminati.
If they could understand a single word he was saying, because he is mispronouncing literally everything. That's the part that's confusing me the most, because like if you want to like make a student conversant with language, you can feed them bullshit but still like talk in coherent sentences. I cannot understand like a solid quarter of the words that come out of his mouth, because he's speaking so fast and rambling about this weird kooky thing he's on. He's not bothering to take time to enunciate properly.
Correct. He doesn't need to. They don't care.
And here's the thing. This isn't like an accent thing. This is fundamentally just he is blabbing too fast thing. I giving the same talk that he's giving, you would not be able to understand what I'm saying if I'm speaking that quickly. He's just not bothering to make himself legible. Nobody understands these words.
I've been practicing his pacing, because I literally have been writing this script to be his tone and to like take from him and to have the spacing and the format. And it is weird slow moments followed by silence, okay? Followed by very fast rambles through things. It's wild. Followed by slow. And it's a cycle that he goes through. It's haunting. It's haunting.
So we start the very last section of the course today. It's on the Anglo-American Empire, which rules the world today.
Sure, Sean wants to know if we can do an AI dub of.
Do we? Well, actually,
okay.
on that subject,
okay.
do we actually know to a certainty that he is not an AI creation? I'm just saying. I've never seen him in a room with another person. His resolution's low. Like if you look at this image, for example, that screen in the background, that is super sharp. He, however, is very blurry and he looks almost juxtaposed in front of it. I'm just saying.
I would say probably not, because an AI would never generate a story where he beat the shit out of his kids in public and is proud of it.
But it would, though.
I don't think it would.
It would if it was Grok.
Elon Musk's fair. Well, it wouldn't still, no. I would disagree. It wouldn't beat the children. It would fuck them.
It would not be able to tell the difference between those two.
True.
We will first look at the rise of the British Empire.
This is a long one. We're going to skip. We're going to do a short one.
I want to hear about the long of the
British. You remember British
Empire, though.
I'll share this. It's 140 gigs of Jiang. I will share this folder with you if you want. It's
that sounds like it should be illegal.
It's 1,200.
Someone check this man's hard drive.
As
he's got 140. He's got hundreds of gigs of Jiang on his computer.
Is blowing up, And
Can you? He's at a public playground, dude.
Yeah, why is he at a playground? That's a little weird.
Like, there's a lot of this is not the first one. He's done a few of these.
He did. He was talking about beating his kid at a playground, if you'll recall.
I thought it was the gym and pool fitness center thing.
I don't think he was outside the gym and pool. I think he was talking about the gym and pool. But I think it was the same background as this. He just goes to the.
Yeah, I think it was here. I think this is like his neighborhood. I don't know what's happening.
He just goes to the children's play park.
even though the United States has yet to declare.
That's a lot. Here we go.
This happened all throughout Western Europe. The UK, France, Italy, and Germany are seeing a huge spike in immigrants and refugees. And so their culture feels threatened. What's also happening is a huge spike in inflation. Right? So there's something called the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, which is just measuring the price of basic goods, like food.
Yeah, corrected us. He beat his kid at a pool. He talked about it at a children's park.
Exactly.
There we go. That's much more reasonable.
That's what I said.
Okay, and as you can see, there's a huge spike in prices. So as these immigrants are coming into your country, you also feel as though your quality of life is getting worse and worse. It's getting harder for you to afford basic goods like rent and food. It's getting harder for you to support your family. The major increase is in
I'm pretty sure
rich parents
wait.
speak to their kids.
That's the end of the clip.
Hang on. Wait, was he arguing that increasing the number of consumers causes inflation?
Yes.
It causes inflation with respect to housing if you have limited housing. But
That's
not
not what
with
he was talking about.
I know, he was talking about groceries.
Yeah.
That's not what that does.
Did you ever see him talk about biology and how being a man means putting your penis in as many places as possible? That's the words he uses.
I mean, it's true, it just doesn't necessarily mean people.
He does not necessarily mean people, actually. That's true.
Oh.
Than poor parents.
Rich kids speak to their
Okay,
kids more
high
than poor parents.
vocabulary, low vocabulary. When rich parents speak to the kids, rich parents will use higher vocabulary, longer sentences.
I could probably get away with doing it if I pretend it's a YouTube short. And so what I do is I film, but I'd have to film the whole thing as a YouTube short. I have the green screen to be able to do that. I just elevate it, only do it from like here up, and then I can fake the drawings. I've got a joke I was going to do around that anyway. Maybe.
You know what the problem is with having a leftist audience, Brooks?
What?
I make a joke about men and penises, and immediately the response is, not all men have penises. You know, it's like, I know. I live with one. It's like,
Really? Wait. Is your chatter implying Jiang isn't trans friendly? And I think that's a little fucked up because I think he is clearly shown to be exceptionally woke.
He's going to be, I guarantee he's going to be out. I just realized he's going to be outed as a chaser. They always are. He fits the profile. He's too clean.
He does.
He's too clean.
He really doesn't like gay people. He really doesn't like Jews. White people are dumb but brave. I'm not going to use the term he used for people in Asia, but he called them a color as well, which I didn't.
Hang on.
I've not heard.
Hold that thought. Thank you, Boon of Tyrants, for the 5 gifted conversions. Appreciate it. Sorry.
Is Boone going back and forth before?
I know. Impudent strumpet. Disloyal. Unbelievable.
He commented in my chat that he couldn't super chat, so he went to yours and did it. That's fucking great. You owe me $5 Sunday.
You're not getting a cent.
Parents will just be no, yes, go away.
He did. He called him yellow. He said the yellow race, the white race. They went, the yellow race is clever, but cowardly. The white race is stupid, but brave. And then he said,
okay,
the black race.
Stop while your head. Stop while your head. YouTube does not read context. Be careful.
I have it. I've done this I've showed it on screen many times.
I know. Remember how you got my previous channel demonetized?
We don't know.
We do.
We don't know.
We do. We do.
We were reading we were reading a thing too.
Yeah, but then you were talking about how you liked so and so for and that's. I'm pretty sure that's what
This
got
is
it.
fair.
But to be fair, I think also a major factor was that it was the same month as Luigi Mangione thing happened.
It was. They did a bunch of cleans on that. One band got nailed for it. There was a bunch of others. It sucks, man. But it ended with him saying the black race, and then he went, "I'm just not going there." And it's like, really?
Wise. Nobody cares about those other ones. It's
In
true.
attitude. Okay, so rich parents use a
I did. Pashy's the only person to notice. I took about 2.5, 3 inches off my beard. The first person to notice. It's been a week.
Oh, I don't like. I don't like that. Why'd you do that? You went from hippie gay Dumbledore to depressed Lorax. I don't like it.
Depressed Lorax. Beards are difficult to take care of once they get to a certain length.
Yeah, that's why I don't have them. See, I don't.
Yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason. It has nothing to do with the fact you couldn't grow one if you really tried.
I could.
It looks really bad.
It looks great. It looks great on me. It's just it gets so itchy. And besides, if I want that effect, I can just go like this and just have like all of my skin flaps just sort of,
That's true.
Yeah. In China, that was actually a sign of superiority and wealth and prestige. You wanted to be chubby in
and
the
poor
face.
parents use an authoritarian
I'm not making it up.
or
That's why Mao's a
command
big dude.
attitude. So how was Prussia able to be so successful? Well, as we discussed last class, there are certain characteristics about these city-states that go on to unify a nation. Okay, and the three major ones that Moscow and Prussia.
Every one of these, when they popped up, when you're not here, I go, fuck, I wish Sunday could see this, because you just love, this is like him talking to you almost directly.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Hang on, I just realized this is all like mirrored on my screen. There we go, that's better. Rise of Moscow and Prussia.
They're surrounded by enemies and they're forced to be innovative, open, and tolerant in order to succeed. They're forced to be unified, advantaged by disadvantage, okay? So Prussia and Moscow had limited resources, which forces them to focus on human capital, on making sure the citizens were well educated and the citizens were
there you go. You got it.
hardworking and vassalage, okay?
You fixed
So
your hair.
again,
He's
Moscow was under the vassalage of the Mongols, and Prussia for the longest time was under the vassalage of the Swedes, the Poles, the Lithuanians, and as a result, they're always engaged in a process.
Pause for a second. That's not what vassalage means, just to be clear.
Dude. Yeah, I'll just say yes.
But it's why? You Google it.
Why?
And resilience, okay? And that's really the secret to the success of Prussia. All right.
Also, by the way,
this
hang
is
on.
the angle I think I could do, but I would need an interactive screen. Like, this is the problem, is I need an interactive screen. I can maybe do a whiteboard, but I really need an interactive screen to have the images come up. I've got jokes written about that. I just want to be able to
hang on. There are people in your chat who are now under the impression I cannot grow a beard. I can absolutely grow a beard. It gets itchy on my face, so I don't see it through.
That was a joke I made.
It comes out full.
Grow a beard
it comes out
in
full.
Patches. It goes in patches and out of his nose, and it's wild, but he can grow a beard.
It is actually very uniform. Thank you very much.
That's great.
It is phenomenally uniform, in fact. If I bothered to try, if I wanted to suffer through it, it would be magnificent.
It's too itchy for you?
It's too itchy for me.
Yeah.
Look at how flaky my skin is. Now imagine you've got like hair coming out of it. It's awful.
You are a sensitive one.
The thing to remember about the Prussians that differentiates them from the Muscovites.
You see Elon Musk with a mustache? Is it? Sorry, it's just I don't know why it came to mind. It's a fucking new haircut meme shit with him. He fucking.
Oh, does he have facial hair now?
Yes, he does, and I'm just gonna. Oh, come on. It's only on fuck you. Where is this fucking picture?
Did he quickly shave it off again?
No.
Well, he must be
holding it. And it's fucking funny. 1 second. He's got a stash, and it looks awful. Elon haircut. The joke is that the haircut looks terrible too. Oh, he shaved it off. That's funny.
Yeah, that's the thing, is because it's like it's like Path of Exile 2 all over again. It's like it's gonna come out, oh, they're gonna think I'm so cool and everybody hates me. Oh, shave it off. Yeah. I cannot get over the richest man in the world tried to pretend that he was the
Real
best
quick.
player of Path of Exile 2. I can't get over that.
Yeah,
That is the
I
world we
love
live
it.
in.
It makes me happy.
And then he killed 100,000 people.
He did, didn't he?
To be fair, he was really bad at Path of
Here
Exile
is
2.
the mustache.
Okay.
It is fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh my god. He wasn't going for a Hitler stash, but somehow it was so patchy, it just emerged anyways. That is
It looks
horrible.
awful.
That is horrible. You leave those children alone, you creepy ice cream man.
It's bad. It is not good at all. It is not good at all.
Was he trying to look like a penis?
I don't know.
Okay.
1 second. Source projector. Boom. There you go. Back to Jiang.
Because Prussia is situated within Europe, it has a very different attitude towards humans than the Muscovites, okay? The Muscovites, because of their Mongolian heritage, they tend to oppress their subjects, whereas the Prussians are much more democratic, they're much more progressive, they're much more open, okay? So this is Frederick the Great, who is considered the great nation builder of Prussia through his military victories. What is often ignored is his social, economic, political reforms. He really is the first Enlightenment despot. Okay? He's heavily influenced by Immanuel Kant.
They were very big into democracy. Now, the main despot they had.
Each other, and he was
I love
very
it.
intent
This
on making
fucking
Prussia
lunatic.
the first enlightened state of Europe. Okay, so let's look at the few things he did.
Pash, you mentioned, the best thing I've ever seen with Elon Musk was the satellite stream where he played Path of Exile badly.
Yeah.
And the entire game said things that I will disavow, but were funny as shit to watch him almost cry reading. If you didn't see it,
I didn't.
He's like, it's this awful video. And it looks like it's just this dark video of him on a screen, and then like it shows Path of Exile. And in the chat of Path of Exile, people are saying global messages like,
Oh, sorry. Yes, I did. Sorry, you're talking about the Elon Musk
and I
one. Yeah.
can't say what most of them are.
No,
They're
you
vile,
can't.
But he genuinely
Deserved
I will
it?
allow gamer messages then because
Deserved
he was
it?
like,
Just let it.
oh, well, we can't have that. I could block that. He didn't know how to block people, and it took him like 2 minutes to figure out because he's such a pro. And it's like they were DMing him. Oh God, it was so awful.
It's also Path of Exile, so it's like, you're a billionaire. Why is this? Why is this
All
the thing?
DMs, that's funny shit.
Like, be a pro at Call of Duty or something. Like, that's more
Oh, it was
intimidating.
so funny. It was so funny, dude. He
I'd be
was almost
much more
crying.
impressed by someone who's like a master of Call of Duty than someone who's a master of Path of Exile. I'm just saying.
I mean, again, I think either way, if you're over the age of 40, I would say that these are not good things. Just generally. You can be pretty good, but if you're like one of the best in the world at a thing, cool.
This is Brooks coping for being destroyed on Dota this
No,
week.
I've been always open about being pretty terrible at Dota. I'm making my way out of Crusader, though. Slowly but surely. Why would I say that, Brooks? Mostly to just be a dick to Sunday. Because I don't agree with the statement I just made, but it's funny. I occasionally will say things to Sunday, and he'll understand this. I say things just to fuck with him.
I was trying to figure out what the hell that giant like sign with words in it. I realized it was the Milky Way Lego set box. I don't know why it's there.
Because I remember, I think I told him at one point, didn't I tell you that I hated Berserk?
Did you? Oh, I think you said you hated Berserk before, and I still haven't forgiven you.
That was because it was a lie. It's a lie. But it was a good one.
It was a blasphemous lie, and you're not allowed to walk it back.
It was funny as shit. It was funny.
Nobody hates Berserk. People who have not read Berserk or who cannot read or who do not deserve to read Berserk hate Berserk.
I would agree. How can I say things like that? Because watching Sunday Squirm is funny to me on occasion.
Press play.
The Prussian judicial system so that you had rule of law, so that everyone had recourse to justice, no matter, even if you were poor.
This one's dry. Let's do the next.
Let's do the next one.
Oh, yeah. Here
the
you
moon
go.
landing. Okay.
I heard him
I'm
say
not saying the
hootenanny.
moon landing was faked, but there's an argument that it's impossible.
I'm not saying it was faked, but
But
Van Allen belt. Okay, the Van Allen belt is this electromagnetic field that protects us from cosmic radiation. So that the belts themselves have heavy radiation. So if you go into it, you die. But also, if you leave the Van Allen belts, there's nothing to protect you from cosmic radiation, so you could die as well. So some scientists actually believe that it's impossible to leave
that's not true.
Earth. Okay, we'll just die.
If you're not wearing anything, there's a lot of things that will kill you in space. If you're not wearing anything protective or
I mean, among other things, the total lack of oxygen. But like, does he think? Does he actually think they're going to space? Like, does he think the suits
they
they
rode
wear?
a bike. They rode a bicycle. He's great, man. I love it.
How they were able to do this. And as you may know, right now, a lot of countries, America, China, are trying to get back to the moon. They're having a really hard time, okay? They're having a hard time because NASA lost all the technology, lost all the footage, lost all the data.
What?
Oops.
NASA lost. It's ancient
just lost
technology.
it.
They lost it. It's like Atlantis. Okay, they could go to the moon in the 90s. They can't go to the moon anymore.
I think I can tell you why it's harder now. Because the goal is not just to go to the moon. The goal for that was literally touch the ground, get back up. That's not interesting. The goal now is we need to have them stay there. That's what no one's doing a touchdown and leave. That's probably pretty fucking easy. But that's not what people are doing.
It's also because, frankly, like there's a limited purpose to sending humans to the moon.
Well, didn't
So,
you hear
like-
that's Elon Musk has said that's where he wants to build data centers now.
So like there's a
Because we're
bunch.
not
There's
going
like
to Mars.
well, there's like
We're not
there's
going to Mars anymore.
oh, are we not going to Mars anymore?
No, we're going to the moon now, if you didn't know. And also, Tesla will never have full self-driving. They've shifted to an AI robotics company. In the words of Elon Musk,
Why
you
do you?
watch my video? It's my favorite line. Tesla, if you think about it, already makes robots. They just have tires instead of legs. So we are already the world's largest robotics company. Direct quote, Elon Musk this year.
Why do we want to go to the moon? We've been there. What's on the moon? I thought the entire appeal of Mars was that it was Earth-like and that you could colonize it. Why do you want to go to the moon? If here's the thing, if you can survive on the moon,
Because
you
you
can
can't
survive
go to
easier in
Mars?
space.
Because you said you'd be at Mars now, so now you have a different goal. So people, you have to start all the way over.
Why do we need to go? Why do we need to land on a ball? Why don't we just go to space? Why do we need a big rock? Why do we need a big rock to validate that we've gone to space? That's all I'm thinking. That's all I'm thinking is if you're going to the moon, you are doing everything that you would have to do if you were living in space, just with the added complication of gravity. Why?
The moon doesn't have a lot of rare minerals. This is one of the weird things. It's like a misconception of what like rare earth minerals are. Rare earth minerals aren't like rare in deposits. It's not like there's 3 or 4 places they are. Like we have copper mines. Copper is in copper. The rare earth minerals means they're rare and everywhere. But they're just very tiny amounts kind of all the time. So what you need is big swaths of land. Remember earlier I said that, oh boy, they're buying all this land for data centers that they're never going to build. Now that's what we were watching when you joined, the fact that
Oh, you think
data
it's you
centers
think it's
aren't
for
being
you
built.
think it's for raking up and mining minerals?
We were watching I think that's what it's for ultimately, because basically they're getting the government to subsidize them building mines in poor communities.
Oh,
That's what they're going to do. That's how rare earth minerals work. Something Portal 3. There's no Portal 3.
there should be a Portal 3.
Okay. So how was NASA able to keep the secret? Well, guess what? A lot of their most important people were free.
See, again, he opened by saying,
I'm not saying
we didn't go to the moon, but
it's a
how do they
secret.
keep the secret?
But they lost the technology that they didn't use because they didn't go to the moon, and it's a secret.
He's so incoherent. He's so fucking incoherent.
I just want to understand what the thought process was that led him to talk about this specifically on screen. Like what's the angle here? This is before he blew up, right? Or is this after? This is after
No,
he's got the new screen. No, this is after he's got the new screen.
The screen is not his.
No, but he was using like a shitty whiteboard and like that was it before. Remember?
He changed classrooms in schools. Is my understanding. The screen is not his. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Buzz Aldrin looking like a pepperoni stick right now.
Buzz Aldrin, one of the 3 astronauts, he was a Freemason, okay?
What? Was he?
John Glenn, the first American
Probably.
to orbit the Earth, was a Freemason.
Oh, he
33.
was. How about that? He was a Mason.
I mean, again, my dad and grandpa and great grandpa.
My grandfather was a Mason.
Yeah, it's a club of guys who got together and drank and kind of did cool things in the community. That's
You
all it ever
know,
was.
technically we could join. We have the right as descendants of Freemasons.
You have the right, but you still have to take the oath in the belief of a higher power, and that won't be a thing I do.
I mean, I'll pretend to do it to get a secret camera in the meeting room.
I'm not good with that.
I mean, I could always just like slip in under my breath, and it's me.
As was James Webb, one of the first NASA administrators. James Webb, Kenneth Klein. So these people are embedded throughout the bureaucracy. And because they're able to coordinate, they have complete control of the bureaucracy.
Who's the horribly
Does that make
sunburnt
sense?
lady?
So it doesn't matter who's at
What is he circling?
I don't.
Oh, that's from the previous thing.
I was looking for like Freemason lapels or something. I was like, I can't. They must be
look,
really
it's
small.
A fucking there's a Star of David in her hair if you look at it just right. This is some conspiracy shit right here, man.
What matters is which bureaucrats are able to work together to achieve their vision. This is Werner von Braun, and he was one of the first NASA leaders. And he's a German. He was actually a Nazi who was brought over after World War II to help America build its space program. Okay? And he...
Are you looking that one up?
No, I knew about that one. That one I knew about.
Wasn't there some weird shit where he wasn't like Nazi? He was a German who like was working in... Because again, not everyone in Germany was.
I'm gonna be real with you. Potato at that point. Like I like Carl Schmitt and Martin Heidegger, probably the same deal, but also at the same time, fuck them.
Yeah, I mean, like Heidegger. I would say like Heidegger.
But also, I wouldn't bet on it because they were also probably all anti-Semitic anyways. So.
Oh yeah, well that's
Because
but again, Jiang is too.
You know, it's sort of like Trump. A whole lot of right wingers today, they think they're better than Trump. They think they're smarter. They hate him, but they're sort of on board with that general cluster of people taking power. Same deal as that. Like Carl Schmitt thought very little of Hitler, but he was still a party member and he still supported it.
We don't know if this is true, okay? But what Carol Rosen tells us is that when von Braun died, he told us that America, the American government, was first and foremost concerned about spending money on space weapons, okay? And to do this, what America will do is continue to manufacture threats to justify all the spending on weaponry, okay? And then she lists the different threats.
I mean, wasn't it Eisenhower, his final speech where he went to the military-industrial complex and said all this shit, and everyone's known this shit for years, and this crazy woman is like his source? because she was an assistant to the guy at one point? What the fuck, man?
Use Russians, okay? The Russians. We have to defeat the Russians in the space race. Then they'll be like, you know what? Terrorists, okay, 9/11. Then third world countries, the crazies, like North Korea, okay? Iran. And then
Wait a second.
What year
so
is
Werner
it?
von Braun knew that terrorists would be coming next? That's not a thing.
In Iran specifically. He's not saying like Kandahar, he's saying Iran. What is why? Why
No,
Iran? Why Iran? Like what is the situation in Iran at this point? It's not that.
What the fuck, man?
Although, fun fact, the Iranian Revolution was the same year as when Alien 1 came out.
We need space weapons to protect the Earth from asteroids. And then the last thing is a fake alien invasion. Okay? Aliens.
Okay.
It's Watchmen.
So it is.
It's Watchmen.
But
yeah,
she's saying all of this post hoc, right? She's saying these things that did come to pass.
Because she knew Brooks. That's why she's saying it
And then she's
now.
saying the next thing that's coming is to defend against asteroids, which doesn't exist.
Brooks doesn't believe in asteroids.
The threat from the government hasn't happened. That's not a thing they've said. Oh, we need to go to space to protect us from asteroids. That hasn't happened. And an alien invasion is coming.
I think they call illegal immigrants aliens. They're working on that right now.
What if Mexicans are all aliens?
Yeah, see, that's how you get demonetized.
I'm just saying. If that's the case.
They don't want you to tell the truth.
I'm down. Israel targeted 2 Iranian nuclear facilities and 2 power plants. Again? Or are you talking about the one from yesterday?
That's from earlier.
If it's the one from earlier, I know, and it's terrifying, but if it's not new, I'm not trying to rehash news. If it's not something that happened in like the last 10 minutes.
Nothing from under 5 hours ago.
All right.
Okay. So we'll talk about this later towards the end of the semester about a fake alien invasion, okay? That's part of the plan. And they've been seeding this for a long time. So I'll conclude.
Again, the parent-teacher conference. How's Johnny doing? He's doing really good. You know, we have upcoming later, we're going to be talking about the future alien invasion that's coming, so that way the American government's able to destroy everyone and kill all of us and put us all in concentration camps. And I'm prepping him. I think he's going to do really well.
I really think he has an aptitude for anti-Cthulhu studies.
Different possibilities. You don't have to believe me, okay? In fact, there are, I think, 5 different possibilities as to what happened. Okay? The footage looks fake. So how to explain this? Well, the first explanation is it's real footage, and we should believe the government.
So
okay?
somebody
we
asks
also need to believe that they lost all the footage.
Somebody asks like what school allows this. Look up Moonshot Academy. It's a high school in Beijing, and then look up on Reddit all the staff complaining about what a fucking shit show it is and how it's being run by scam artists and how nobody's being taught anything and there's no standards. It
is a private school for rich kids.
But it's a private school for rich kids in the same way, but at a lower quality of education, remarkably, is like Pepperdine University here. So, for example, you'll see like Thomas Bogardus go around with like these really, really poorly reasoned like transphobic arguments, but he's a philosophy professor and he teaches philosophy at Pepperdine University. So it's like, oh, this is an academic. He knows what he's talking about. It's a conservative university that hires specifically a whole bunch of adjuncts that don't have any job security and a few kooks. And it's religiously oriented, and the owner is a crazy rich person who goes on Fox News and buys castles in Switzerland. So it's like
fucking course.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Just of course.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, Moonshot Academy. It's
all the data. Okay, that's possibility number 1. Just believe what the government tells you. Possibility number 2 is America went to the moon but the astronauts discovered too many secrets on the moon. Like there are space aliens on the moon. They can't tell us, so they create this fake footage. Okay, that's the second possibility.
Why would they?
Third possibility.
Wait. Okay. They had to create fake footage because they really went to the moon, but there was too much cool shit on the camera.
There was too much
so
cool shit on the camera. On that bare white surface that you can see from Earth with the telescope. Too much stuff. They couldn't hide it. It was like Vegas down there.
I'm just gonna read it before you read them. I just want to go. America went to the moon, but NASA couldn't capture any footage because of technical issues. So NASA created the spectacle for the American people.
And NASA hid knowledge of the moon, despite the fact that it would have guaranteed them more funding than any other institution into perpetuity. They would have ruled the world. The head of NASA would have been the most important person on Earth, if that was the case. Yeah.
America went to the moon. NASA decided to create fake footage to avoid Soviets reverse engineering the success. Jesus Christ. That's a fucking weird. Oh, this is fucking crazy shit, man. And then America didn't go to the moon is the other possibility. And I like how they're like weighted equally in some capacity, right? Like them going to the moon, but NASA lost all technology and footage. We have all the technology and footage. I don't know what the fuck does that mean?
I love how it's never just they went to the moon and then people were like not impressed enough with it or interested in science enough because of various cultural things to continue wanting to allocate money towards doing it again.
We went back a few times.
Yeah, but not since the 70s. We sent robots up.
No, but I mean, like, they went another time. They had the rover. They went another time, did things, and they went, all right. No, I'm just saying, like, they literally got bored. They literally, like...
That's what I'm saying. They got bored. But it's like, why not they just got bored? Because at a certain point, you're just sending people to a rock. And there's no reason to send humans and risk human lives and waste... And, like, make your missions more expensive and more complicated by sending humans to a rock when you can literally just send a robot with wheels and a camera to the rock to take samples.
And instead, again, what we ended up doing is we built the single most expensive thing in the history of humanity, which is the International Space Station. That's what we did immediately following that. We went, actually, being in orbit's the thing that we really need to study.
Well, obviously, really to maintain the projection. To cover up the cities on the moon.
Yes.
Yeah, see, because they tore through the old one when they flew up there initially.
I keep forgetting.
Moon, but because of the lighting, because of the difficulty of filming, they couldn't actually take any footage. So they made it up to please the American people. Okay? The fourth possibility is America went to the moon, but NASA decided to create this fake footage to fool the Soviets, right? Because if it's real footage, the first Soviets might be able to copy the technology, so we should just fake this thing and make fun of the...
Here's a question. How would them being on the moon tell you how to fly to the moon?
How would pictures of a rocket show you the technology the rocket has?
You need to understand, Brooks, when the Soviets were making rockets competing with NASA, they didn't understand that, like a narrow tube with a pointy end was, the best. They were trying to send cubes up there. It just wasn't happening.
NASA used to print the schematics on the outside of the lunar lander. See, that's that. You know what? Maybe he's got a point. If we printed the schematics on the outside, I can totally see why they went back.
It's actually just a giant indoor pool in a tube. They just spray painted it afterwards, so you couldn't tell.
Ugh.
Soviets. So the Soviets could not reverse engineer the success. Okay? That's also a possibility. Right? And the last possibility, of course, is America didn't go to the moon. And it's entirely your choice which possibility to believe. Okay? I'm just proposing different possibilities.
I love how the...
So how can we know the truth?
And just to be very clear, if anyone doesn't think we went to the moon, you're out of your mind. Like, you take a minute. Sorry, Sunday.
I mean,
I know you're a denier, but
I mean, I think
it's important. We need to talk about it.
I think just you can shine a flashlight on a wall and you can see very easily how the entire thing can be faked. But like, I love how like in the background to this you can hear voices, but they're not saying anything. It's just and there's never anything distinct. And what I also notice is he never reacts to them. The voices never mean anything. He's never like, question? Did you have a question? Never happens.
There's a few where it does.
Is there?
A few where it does.
Okay.
There are students. I have a video where he interviews them.
Oh, I've seen that. I just don't believe they're students.
I think it's very uncomfortable in a lot of ways.
I think if you're doing what he's doing, it is very, very easy to flip a couple of people, including maybe your camera person, a couple $100 to go, hey, or even not if they're your camera person, hey, show up on screen and ask me questions. I'm just saying.
Well, I think he does all the tricks to make it work. Like, again, we were just watching, when you joined, we were watching the one video on whatever that nonsense was. But it opened with him like, what is school for? What is school for? And everyone answered. The last person gave the answer he wanted, that the whole speech was about brainwashing. Well, that's very special. So it's like, it's that kind of shit. It's all plants.
We can use game theory to logically
We can use game
deduce
theory.
what happened. Okay, so let's use game theory.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, so we know that NASA's Apollo program cost $26 billion.
This is not game
Wait,
theory.
no,
1960,
hang on,
1973. That's almost $20 billion.
Wait.
This is not game theory.
This is not game theory. He doesn't know what game theory is.
No, he does not know what game theory is.
Why is he saying game theory? Why is he introducing this?
Because he calls himself a game theorist. This was him. My last stream where I was doing a bunch of this, we went through a bunch of his videos, and I found the one where he talked about and explained game theory. It's the one where he talks about how he should put his penis in as many things as possible, and that women aren't people. It's great. The race.
Well, I
stuff,
mean,
too,
broken
is also
clocks
in
and all that.
there. The race stuff's in there too. Also anti-gay. But what he does in there that's really sort of extraordinary is he talks about game theory and he says this is what it is, and he gets everything wrong.
Well, I mean, he's showing.
Like, I was sitting there. I went through like the Wikipedia definition. I went through my understanding. I have a good grasp of game theory. I got super into it like 20 years ago.
I have a middling grasp of game theory. I understand the concept. Here's the part that's confusing me. Game theory, and then he starts off listing dates. You
can't use game theory to understand the truth of whether or not we went to the moon. That is not a use of the project.
You could play out possibly a scenario wherein maybe there is an incentive to feign doing a thing, which might be going to the moon. I could see that working. I don't see how you start with, here is the history of the moon landing. Let's try to reverse engineer this with game theory, because you can't. That's a historical question, and also you haven't identified any players of the game. Like it's game theory. It's a game. That's why it's called that.
It's a game. It's a mathematical game. And the whole point is to end up building at some point a fucking equation that gives you outcomes that you can utilize. The idea that you can solve a truth with game theory is fucking nuts. And this is his thing. He believes and talks about him being a game theorist. It's in most of his titles. It's in his descriptions. He believes he knows game theory.
But here's the thing too, like he also...
That's how Crystal Ball introduced him on the almost 9 million view.
She is so fucking dumb, man. Oh my God. But...
He was on Tucker Carlson?
Tucker Carlson, I actually have higher expectations for Tucker Carlson than I do for...
He did an hour. Talked about him. Talked the whole time. He was on Piers Morgan.
What was the Piers Morgan conversation like? Have you seen that?
Yes. And
was Piers Morgan sucking up to him?
It was basically the same. Just he rambled for a while, and Piers went, oh, yeah. What was it?
Why are these people so dumb? This is your job. You talk to smart people. Like, I realize these people are
because they are dumb. And what happened is they're producers, book people, and they don't want to look stupid. So when their producer says, this guy is a game theorist, he's a professor, and Piers Morgan in his earpiece goes, all right, up next is going to be Professor Jiang. And he's a significantly popular YouTuber with 2+ million subs. He's been on multiple shows in the last week, and he's a professional game theorist. He's here to talk to us about Iran, where he's made correct predictions. That's what he opens with. The
correct predictions. I can't get over this. It's like, I predict that the president who has sent missiles and been warmongering with Iran his entire public life will do what he says he's going to do and go to war with Iran. And the conditions for that are he will send
go to them war again.
Yes, and
because he already did it.
And I love how it's like, millions of people are like, this guy, I'm gonna flip a coin and I predict it's gonna be heads. Are you a wizard?
Wizard, you got 2 out of the 3 right, and the third you're saying Iran is going to win
But-
the war.
But no,
Which
actually,
is hilarious.
that's the thing though. He didn't get 2 out of the 3 right. He got 1 out of the 3 right.
Well, he
He
said
got-
Trump would be elected and that Trump would start a war with Iran. Those are 2 of the 3.
That's not even a coin toss though. The opponent was Kamala Harris.
Correct. No, I'm just saying, but these are the ones Piers introduces. So what happens is Jiang starts talking, and like with you, he is useless. Jiang as a person, his words are empty. His shit is garbage. He doesn't really make sense. Words jarble together.
Did you just say with you, he's worthless? Sorry, go on.
No, you said this. You just said you can't hear.
I know.
what he's saying.
I know. Just the phrase that was funny. Keep going.
Oh, fair.
It's okay.
I did mean it in the way that you said. Like, he doesn't make sense. But here's Piers, live television, and Piers is someone who doesn't want to look stupid, just like Crystal, just like Tucker, and they're looking at someone who's a professor. Their producers have told them all this, and so they're going to let him talk. That's how it works. That's the game. That's literally the game. That's the machine we have.
Well, in my opinion, you're all just jealous. True.
They need to produce a result.
That is true. Actually,
Right?
we're all just jealous.
This is almost like 4% of all government spending in America. That's a lot of money.
I want Piers Morgan's job.
Also, you don't know this, but
That'd
by
be great,
1969, America was falling apart for 3 reasons. First of all, America was fighting this pointless and hopeless war called Vietnam. Tens of thousands of Americans were dying for no reason. Hundreds of thousands of young Americans were protesting in the streets. The American
Pause.
dream seemed to be dying, okay? That's the first problem.
Pause.
He has talked about this as almost a civil war multiple times, by the way.
Okay, guys, we're going to talk about game theory now. So, America's at war for no reason and it's pointless. Premise 1. What is he? Like, how do you... Like,
He's talked about this period in America
Yes.
as being a civil war or on the verge of a civil war, which is not the fucking case.
Because people were protesting Vietnam? Is that the argument?
Yes.
Is that the Soviets were destroying the Americans in the space race. The Soviets were the first to send an animal to space, the first to send a man to space,
See, this
the
is
first
bullshit.
to orbit the Earth, the first to walk in space, the first to send a lunar module to the moon. So it seemed as though communism was superior to capitalism. It seemed as though the Soviet system was better than the American system, okay? There's a real fear that the Soviets would get to the moon first, okay? And also the last thing is, remember, in 1963, JFK was killed. JFK was the prince, the king. So that put Americans in a very bad mood. But then later on, other prominent Americans like Robert F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King, they were all killed as well. So 1969, America was divided. It was falling apart. People felt hopeless, right?
This isn't just
So
not true, by the way.
what this means is that if America sent a mission to the moon and all the astronauts died or they didn't get there, America would have been broken, okay? People would have been depressed. And so according to game theory, America could not afford to take the risk of sending people to the moon.
That's not
If
game
they
theory.
died,
Wait, hang
they
on.
failed,
Wait,
America would have
wait.
looked-
Wait, no. He thinks game theory is like germ theory. He thinks game theory is a paradigm of things. No, I'm serious. That's what he thinks game theory is. He
Correct.
thinks
Yeah.
game
No,
theory is...
I'm laughing and agreeing because it's not game theory. Yeah.
That's beautiful. He thinks game
It's
theory is...
beautiful in the way that, like, a beautiful mind uses the word beautiful.
You didn't watch that Felix stream, did you? Press
No.
play.
Okay? But of course, there's always a counter-argument. And the counter-argument is, okay, this makes sense, but why did the Soviets call out the Americans and said, you guys faked this? Right? What? America And so Soviet Union were in competition with each other. Everyone believed America went to the moon, but there's a lot of evidence to suggest that America didn't go to the moon. So why did the Soviets tell the world? Okay.
Show me one piece of evidence that they didn't go.
Well, you don't need evidence to prove a negative, Brooks. Onus is on you to prove they did go to the moon.
So I just leave you with this thought.
CGI Tarkin, they could have faked it.
But what I believe is, within the next 2 years, the truth will slowly start to come out. And you will see for yourself what really happened.
Why?
So this class
What does that have to do with game
is
theory?
not meant to tell you what happened. This class is just meant to give you different possibilities and give you tools to
God,
understand
he's awful, man.
or figure out for yourself what might have happened.
He's,
Okay?
he's so awful.
All right? So any questions before we conclude?
I'm going to be honest with you, just on a serious note. I shudder for his children when they become rebellious teenagers.
Oh no, he'll beat the shit out of him.
This is a dark. Here's the thing. People like to laugh at
He
guys
has a
like
dark
this.
soul. Absolutely, he has
People
a dark
like
soul.
people like to laugh at people. Yeah, people like to laugh at people like this and go, "Ha ha, how silly!" It's like, yeah, it's really funny out here. Not when this person has absolute power over you as a child, or as a wife even. And this guy is gonna. Speaking of like in a couple of
He's a
years, stuff's
monster.
gonna come out. I guarantee you, we are gonna have streams about this man that are gonna be very interesting in a few years, maybe sooner.
And as I like to say, good job, Crystal Ball. Platforming this person. He gained 800,000 subs.
You know what the creepiest thing about it is too? It's like so many of
Think
those.
about that.
Oh yeah, well, so many of the people who came into my comments, like defending this clown, were people who were sort of from the bad empanada where they think they're leftists and they think that, oh well, now we're just
Because
finally.
he says
Yeah.
America's going to lose, therefore.
Yeah, but it's like America's going to lose because like his argument is that the Jews have overplayed their hand. That's what he's doing, and it's like maybe you guys just really want to be Nazis and you're just unfortuitously situated in communities where they don't like that said so explicitly, and
Really? Like, they're reactionaries.
I did some research. He's
Interesting
definitely Beijing based for a while. He kept saying he went to Canada. Well, he was in Canada. He was literally in Canada. You can see Canadian license plates in some of his videos from a
He
while
was in
ago.
Canada. He went to school in America, too.
When he left back to China after beating his kid, it was at a Canadian pool. Right?
Mm-hmm.
China deported him to Canada. I think there's a video that goes over his history. I haven't gone over it on stream yet.
Is he
but
still in China now?
he goes back to China. He's talked about going back to China like on video before.
How in the fuck is that allowed? Like, I genuinely.
Well, I think this is where
they're
people
really nuts about this shit. Right
Well, I think-
now.
I think-
this is not a good look.
Well, I think this is where people like wonder if he's like a CPC plant of some kind, because it's like he's being treated in a strange way. That being said, like I have trouble seeing the angle where China benefits from making a guy really popular who is Chinese, who says like the nation of China is an authoritarian fiction. Because I don't know if anyone here is familiar with like recent Chinese history. Xi's entire strategy has been to build up the national identity of China to the point where
He's
been
incredibly Han-centric. The
There's been
idea that he would work
yeah.
against that is insane.
well, there's been a massive reversal. When people talk about China being communist today, it's so comical. They went from destroying any mention, for example, of Confucius to literally promoting films about Confucius with major actors in them. He quoted Confucius at the 2008 Olympics.
with a particular edge.
Yes, and like, no, they're 100% trying to do the MAGA thing just because it's China significantly less stupidly than MAGA
They have
is.
their own version of white nationalism there. Like,
To
I've
be
said
to
the
be
same
fair
thing.
though, China collectively has a history that's not entirely just a long string of shameful actions. There is interest there, whereas America's like slavery, war here. Now we're
destruction, all that shit. We've done a lot. America's something else.
And so did we, but lamer. And there's less of us, so, you know, it's more easy to kick under the rug.
You know, I talk to people I know from like Manchuria, and the fucking way that their culture's handled is insane.
I've got somebody, by the way, who's doing some weird hard look into all of the transcripts and all of the comments on his videos. So we might have some interesting data that might suggest things about, like, if I understand correctly, like, hey, is there a lot of repetition in these comments, especially from certain periods? Because that'd be very interesting.
Yeah.
I do think it's very possible that he was botting early on, maybe very hard.
I think it's possible that I would put him in the realm of what Russia does. Like, if we're going to be talking about that, I'd put him in that realm.
You know,
they
actually
support specifically insane, stupid, dumb shit for Americans to destabilize us. They love that.
You know,
that's their strategy.
Maybe this is naive of me because I don't know the ins and outs of how this works, but I do wonder if he is botting really heavily. Could that be possibly a reason for why he would not monetize his channel, because he doesn't want to be under scrutiny? You know? Because, like, I can imagine that YouTube probably doesn't care so much if he's still generating like serious ad revenue from confirmed users. But I imagine they would care.
Actually, that is.
But I think they would care. I think they would care if he's taking a cut. I think they would care if he's taking a big cut. Yeah,
that's the first time you've given me a really good reason why he wouldn't monetize, because they don't give a shit.
No, money. Well, because if the channel's being botted, they're scamming the advertisers. Yes. If the channel's being botted and is monetized, they're being scammed.
Yeah, so if he's botting, which would actually explain a great deal of things.
Oh. And I mean, like, people need to understand that, like, subscribers are a prestige thing. It doesn't actually mean anything, except if you have a million.
When I went through, I used YouTube's API to pull, like, there's specific naming conventions, Professor Jiang, predictive history, like groupings. And I found all these channels that are named Professor Jiang's Crystal Future, predictive history, blah, blah. And they're just shorts channels that are repurposing. And they all started in like the same few weeks. That's where a lot of my clips ended up coming from.
What year?
Because, in the last year and a half, 2 years.
So basically when he started picking up.
Right before then and on. Yeah, there's a few that are still online. And it's like, it's interesting to see, like, how those worked. They died off or stopped. There's a few. He runs weird channels, and I think he does. But some of them are like AI art, and he does this like his older stuff is really weird. I don't know if you've seen some of his very older videos.
I haven't. I've only seen him do the stuff that he's doing here.
It's very.
But if this is just like a con artist who's just been like throwing shit at the wall for the longest time until something stuck.
I mean, I don't think that's a terribly unfriendly way to put it. So here, for example, if you just search Professor Jiang, let me switch so I can share the output here. 1 sec.
Can you just switch it to channels? Oh, damn. Look at this. Look at this, guys. That is actually... I've got it on my screen, too. That is...
Yeah, Professor Jiang Breakdowns. That's its own channel. It's its own channel. That one has almost 1 million views from 3 days ago. And again...
So today I want to talk about something that I think is the most important question of this entire war.
I think this is AI.
There's so many of these.
This is AI.
Sure, possibly.
No, it is AI. It has an AI avatar disclosure in it.
Why are there so many of these?
Not who is winning, not how many strikes have been launched, not what Trump said yesterday or what Iran threatened today. The most important question is this.
This has 1 million views with 28,000 subs. It's from the...
No. I know. Sorry, I'm not looking at that right now. I'm scrolling through just a list of them, and it doesn't stop.
No, it doesn't.
There's
an
an
insane number.
There is an endless amount of Professor Jiang channels. It literally doesn't stop. I'm scrolling down faster. It doesn't end.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
It's still not ending. Oh, here we go. We're getting.
But look at the different channels. Like if you just search only channels, put filters on.
That's
channels,
what I'm doing.
like,
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, okay, good. Oh, yeah, I didn't know.
I've reloaded the page like 10 times.
Yeah, there's an insane number of channels, and a lot of them are AI images and weird. There's even more than there was.
Queeman says this is racist. Those are different Professor Jiangs. I don't believe you when you say you can tell. Oh, here we go. No, never mind. I thought we were past it, but we still got fewer of them now.
20 subs. Professor Jiang.
Oh, we're starting again.
Global analysis.
Okay, I got to the end. So there has to be like 100 Professor Jiang channels.
I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars.
This
No
is
more
AI
wars.
Too. This is AI too. What the fuck?
I mean, that's just economical. There's not going to be that many clips, right?
Trump, we want
No, but like
Iran and shoot it down. You make them fight with each other.
well, this isn't
It's
even
a bunch of
Jiang. It's
nonsense.
it's Jiang in front of a screen with an AI video behind him.
So they felt threatened that he was standing in the way. He had a very big influence.
We just attacked Iran twice. Yeah, I saw him on Breaking Points, the same clip you saw a few days ago, actually. Yeah, he makes a lot of sense.
He makes sense. Tell me, what do you think of what he just said there?
Well,
Third
he's definitely
term,
right.
see-
What is this?
This sounds like two guys who have put a shitty AI ChatGPT generated picture of Professor Jiang on the screen, and they are just talking about it like they're in a war room. That's what it
Look at
sounds
this.
So
like.
today I want to talk about a country that almost
Can you see this?
I sure can.
This is AI.
nobody is discussing in the context of this war. Everyone is talking about America. Everyone is talking about Iran. Everyone is talking about
Every one of these
Israel.
videos
And
is AI.
He doesn't stare straight at the camera.
last night, Israel killed the man running Iran. His name is Ali Larijani. He was Iran's top security chief, a former nuclear negotiator,
Hang
a
on.
former
The map behind him is AI.
Yeah, but you can also tell it's AI because like he doesn't pronounce words that well, bluntly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just
No, it's okay. It's
it's like he has a thick accent and he rambles
three
quickly.
questions. That is it. Three
He's actually kind of the perfect guy to AI generate. He kind of is. Jordan Peterson was here too late or too
questions that will decide whether we get a world war, a nuclear apocalypse, or the complete collapse of the current global order.
I am present. It's an AI generated Jiang.
early. But why?
The entire channel is, and it is, here's Jiang explains. I'm just going to check these. I want to see if this is, that one is whatever, insane. That's not even interesting.
Official statements versus
Yep. That's fucking another one. Completely fucking AI generated.
The video opens
That's not even good. I like it though.
with the deep hum of engines at sea, an Iranian oil tanker quietly altering its route. Satellite
This
images
has almost 300 views.
is tracking it toward a Chinese port. In Tehran, cameras capture a calm but defiant minister declaring a new era of independence. To most Western viewers, it's just rhetoric from a sanctioned state shouting into the storm. Yet beneath that speech lies something subtler and more seismic, a rewiring of.
This is the worst one, but I like it the best, I think.
Imagine waking up tomorrow and every gas station in your city.
All right, so that's all AI. Is this one also?
what we are witnessing right now.
I think
Holy shit.
that's it. That's pretty good. That one's pretty good.
That one's good. This one is synthetic content.
Is essentially a masterclass in asymmetric warfare. Iran is not trying to defeat the United
His
States
fingers,
in
his hands become one hand
a traditional
multiple times.
military
It's really
sense.
bad.
Instead, its real objective is to make continued involvement so costly.
That's Netanyahu level bad.
I like how the you look at the background too. It's like it's done weird stuff to the elements.
This is the fucking weirdest thing. These weren't up. These are all really recent. Because I did my download like 2 weeks ago. And these are all from the last 13 days. This is literally since I did my upload.
War, right? Okay. Civil War.
Has any channel that does this actually succeeded? They all seem to flop.
No, of course they flop. People don't want this shit.
Well, Professor Jiang Classroom's got 30K. Is that official?
I don't know.
I think that one is actually, because that one links to his main channel.
All right, let's continue. So
this is Professor.
We will know how this
one subscriber. No views. I'm the first.
Develops just based on geography, okay?
It's just re-uploading his shit. I love it. Professor Jiang Quinn. All right, Chen. There we go. Let's do it.
I'm gonna start a professor.
Really
I'm gonna start a Professor Jiang YouTube poop channel. That's what I'm gonna do. Nobody does that yet. I'm gonna do that.
Professor Jiang briefs. Professor Jiang.
Professor Jiang's briefs. It'll just be a pair of briefs.
Channel. It's a pair of underwear that talks like him. Professor Jiang, this one is, again, fresh. Is it AI?
Before I say a single
AI.
word, if you are watching this right now, stop. Do not scroll past this. What is happening in the Middle East at this very moment is not just another news headline. This is not background noise.
Doesn't even match his mouth.
This is not a regional skirmish you can afford to ignore over.
Fuck me, dude. It's crazy.
Fair to one political party. The Federal Reserve chairman was attacked, and the president expressed outrage that courts blocked attempts to investigate him. Specific media companies were accused of criminal.
This is like the level of
walking through the Twilight Zone. This is a fucking weird.
This is like that Tucker Carlson thing I have for my channel trailer. That's.
It is. It is. This is fucking. This is so wild, man. What the shit is going on?
Criminal
the
behavior
hands are
and
so
threatened
bad.
with treason charges for reporting.
If this was like 3 or 4 years ago, I would assume that I just need to commit myself. Like this is so fucked up. Professor Jiang, here we go.
Okay, so let's summarize what we've learned so far. What are some of the major trends?
I love it. It's the Spanish channel, and YouTube auto dubs it in English for me. That's useful. That's great. No, that makes my day. That's great. Good job, YouTube. Useless fucking thing. Professor Dave explains. That's not a Professor Jiang channel. He did a video on Jiang a couple days ago, I think.
Was it good?
It's fine.
I abhor like the slop feeding frenzy. Big Joel did a video recently on Nick Fuentes, and it's like, guys, Nick Fuentes isn't really interested in making real arguments, guys. He's just an internet troll and a cynic.
Nick
And it's like,
ruined my life.
and it's like, yeah, we know, Big Joel. Thank you. It's like when it's like how there's still Charlie Kirk stuff being made, where it's like, guys, Charlie Kirk is actually a racist. Did you know that? Charlie Kirk was actually a bad guy who wanted political violence against his enemies. Did you know that? It's like, yeah. Who's this for?
Fuck, really?
Who is this
we
for?
Need to go back. Can someone do one on like the founding fathers and whether or not they were racist? I've got to know. We still haven't gotten to the bottom of that.
But it's like, who is this for? Everybody who watches this already knows. Everybody who watches this and disagrees also already knows.
This isn't even interesting. What is this?
Click on the one with the hijab. Go down.
$38 trillion. That's not a budget problem.
That's a bad attempt, man.
Click on the one with the woman with the headscarf. You want to go back to the list? There you go.
I'm trying.
Do it faster.
It looks like they changed.
That's not the one with the woman with. Click on the one with the woman with the headscarf.
I did.
No, it's not the one. That's a different one. There you go.
This one right here.
No. Yes. Oh, the profile picture changed. What the hell?
Yeah, but they have 2 videos.
School doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter how well you're going to do in school. If your parents are rich.
School doesn't really matter. By the way, I sell classes.
I'm trying to find anything like these are most of these are the ones I've seen before, but there's so many that are literally brand new just because he went huge. So then the question would be, all of these videos and all these channels calling Professor, it's the worst photo of him that exists in the world. It's the best thing. That fucking best thumbnail fodder. Jesus Christ. Are these all AI?
You see,
now imagine a world where the most...
That's not even... This is Professor Jiang Ling, which is not the same person?
You gotta have to understand, Brooks, okay? This is predictive history. Okay, this is... You need to, like, actually pay attention to this one, because he's not talking... When he says this war, he's not talking about this war. There's another war, like, 30 years from now. Okay?
That bypass the Strait of Hormuz. Recent intelligence assessments and game theory models now suggest these pipelines have become Iran's highest value targets. If they go offline, the global...
This one has 5,000 subs, dude. 5,001.
I'll be right back, one sec.
Briefs has none. They have a sub now.
I'll be right back.
You do that. You do that. This is fascinating, man. Harvard's the biggest scam.
Harvard was a school designed to train people into the religion called ministers in order to study the Bible, in order to spread the truth of the Bible. Now, Harvard then would encourage development of other universities, Yale, Princeton, okay? And collectively, they would be known as the Ivy League.
I am highly suspect of this. I'm just jelly because he discovered future prediction. Yes, I am so jealous that he discovered how to do a science fiction-based method called psychohistory from Isaac Asimov from fucking 80 years ago. I'm very jealous that he was able to figure that out and crack that nut. There's so many fucking channels, dude. This is crazy. Professor Jiang Core. That's Core Jiang. Jiang explains. Jiang the Legend. Fucking, he is something, man. And then, what you want to look for is, you want to look for, he had these early, filters. We want old videos. We want to find old videos. We want specifically ones that have him in there. I don't know why it switched to that, but that's fine. He has these old videos he's got that are just so weird to see. Because he had, like, I don't know, he's a different person, really. But I gotta go way back. There's the Tucker Carlson. It's 2.7 million views. That's excellent.
All right, sorry about that.
That's okay. Just going through all of the fucking clips. It's so fucking weird to see, dude.
Techno-Marxism. That's the world we're going into. They want a numb and indifferent population.
The Tucker Carlson interview is fucking wild, too. Because Tucker just, like, slobbers all over him and won't stop. It's very strange to watch. Let's see. We can't do too much of it because they ping really fast.
So the U.S. economy would not be able to withstand, essentially, American withdrawal from the Middle East.
Who pings?
So the Americans are
did they, is Tucker, like, is Tucker demonetizing your stuff really quickly?
No.
What's the ping?
They play music. I got pinged by the music for Tucker.
Oh, weird. You can just like, they don't usually, like, strike you for that.
No. I didn't get struck, but it demonetized. I had to go through the thing of fucking erasing the song. It's just annoying. I'm just annoyed.
Yeah, fair.
Unfortunately.
What is the Chinese perspective on this? I mean, it seems like China has an interest in peace in the Persian Gulf with those 7 oil-producing countries. Why wouldn't China step in and try and settle this?
So both the United States and China benefit from the status quo. And China has a vested interest in seeing a very quick solution to this war in the Middle East. China imports about 40% of its energy needs from the GCC. So not just Iranian oil, but also Qatari natural gas.
Right.
So as you point out, China very much wants to see, as soon as possible, a ceasefire. Unfortunately, it is the nature of the Chinese government not to interfere in foreign affairs. China doesn't really have a geopolitical framework, a grand strategy. It really believes.
It just hurts me.
China arguably has, like, by a significant margin, way more of a global strategy than the United States does. The United States is schizophrenic in terms of how it.
The Belt and Road Initiative. They have a fucking name for it. They talk about it regularly.
It also sounds like a sandwich chain, but
but it is a huge thing that is multilateral and massive. And again, many opinions, but it's absolutely the idea that they don't have a foreign state.
They have one that's decades and decades old, and not only that, his numbers are wrong. I don't think they take 40% of it from the GCC. I think they take like 30% of it from. Shit, I think they take 30% of it from it's like 30%. It's like 30% from the GCC.
I don't know. It's fine. Like his numbers, I don't care. He's fucking nuts.
Whatever.
Here you go.
Which is what they believe that their God Yahweh promised to their ancestor Abraham, and so they believe that Yahweh promised Abraham all the land from the Nile in Egypt to Euphrates in Iraq. If you look at the entire map, it also extends to Anatolia, which is southern Turkey.
Ash Kitty, yes, it is. It is.
And even into Saudi Arabia. So if you look at what's happening, well, it's convenient in that the GCC is being destroyed. Saudi Arabia will probably be drawn into this war. It is possible Turkey will be drawn into this war as well. And this war allows Israel to remake the Middle East in its own image. Also, if you think about it, according to game theory, the main constraint to Israel achieving the Greater Israel Project is actually not Iran, but America, because America guarantees the military safety and protection.
According to game theory.
According to game theory, which is absolutely not complete bullshit in every single way.
The GCC, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, UAE, these nations. And so if Israel is become dominant, it's become the hegemon of the Middle East, it needs to figure out how to remove America from the equation. And quite honestly, this war has shown the limitations of American power.
Here.
It's really
just pause for a second. Just put your
so many problems.
Put yourself in Tucker's shoes though, and just try to imagine like the level of childlike wonder you have to have when Jiang says game theory for you to just sit there and go like, and just nod along, because you don't know what the fuck game theory is. He thinks that there is somewhere there's this hidden mansion in some woods somewhere where there are just these genius Mensa scholars that are just doing game theory. It's like there's just holograms on the walls. There's like weird scrolls nobody knows about. They're in this hidden place. Only the best of the best can go to. They're doing game theory over there. It's like the physicists. They're tampering with the fabric of the universe somewhere. There's a giant dome with a black hole in the middle that's powering everything. That's where the physicists work. That's what this guy thinks of when he thinks of game theory. When Jiang says game theory, he thinks there's a bunch of technocratic monks on a mountain in Tibet, and they've just figured out how to calculate all of human action.
I just like how serious he is right now. When it's being said, look at that face.
Annoy the American people. The American people do not want this war, and American people don't even understand why America is in the Middle East. And so it's very possible that regardless of what happens in this war, America is forced to withdraw from the Middle East. In which case, Israel is able to
when he says game theory, he's talking about like what mentats do. That's the he's a mentat. That's what he means by being a game theorist. He's just thinking on another level. Okay.
Yeah, it's just he's got a new paradigm. That's the whole thing, right? Every time, just got a new paradigm.
Greater Israel Project.
Standard security cameras cannot prevent break.
Yep.
There it is.
Let the Americans invade. They can't possibly invade because if they destroy us, that would make Iran, which has hostilities against.
And again, I just want to say, am I nuts to think, hey, the idea that Israel wants America to lose power would be good for Israel is insane to me.
Yeah, American power is Israeli power.
That's the whole point.
The last thing Israel wants is, like, except Netanyahu's insane is the problem here. Like, a big part of this is being fueled by just insane racism and old people who think they're invincible. But, like, put a bunch of troops on that island, and then something happens, which would be very easy to happen, by the way. It's not Iraq. This is a very organized country that is armed to the teeth, that is not divided in that way. And now all of a sudden it's now extremely politically costly for America to back Israeli wars in the region, which is very bad for Israel go forward just a year from now. And it's like, oh, like it's you don't want to be Israel, especially Israel, and be in the situation of Ukraine.
I'm going to jump one more time.
Okay.
And after this, I might be tapping out.
Okay, read into me. I'm going to keep going.
Say what?
I said read into me. I'm going to keep going.
Why are you still going? It's 1 a.m.
Because I stream when I can, because stuff is nuts right now.
All right.
Right. So let's look at Europe. Because in 2014, this was a major turning point in Europe because you had these tens of millions of refugees trying to escape these wars in the Middle East, created by America's wars in the Middle East. And they were trying to reach Europe. And at this point, Europe had a choice. It could choose to close its borders and maintain its cultural identity, or it could open the floodgates. And Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany, she said something really, really famous, and which stuck in my mind, which is, we can do this. We are Europeans. Somehow we can take in these millions of refugees and welcome them into our societies and thrive as a people. And the complete opposite has happened. You've got millions of these refugees who fled into Europe, not because of their choice, by the way, but because their nations were devastated, right? Libya, Syria, Afghanistan, Iraq were all devastated.
By who? I don't know. I can't. There's no systemic reason to look into that. Never mind. Sorry.
Devastated in these wars against terror in the Middle East. So they go, and these are proud Islamists. They love their religion, they love their family, they love the community, and so they're not going to absorb themselves and assimilate themselves into Europe.
They're proud Islamists. They're proud Islamists.
Every single one of them.
Every single one of them.
Every single person is an Islamist.
Also, they're very proud, and they're so connected to their families and villages that they fled their countries by themselves, and very frequently they were young men because they had an easier time doing so. That's the right-wing talking point, right? Look, they're all men in their 20s. There's no women or children. It's all men in their 20s. It's like,
isn't it weird?
I know, right?
It's such a strange thing to see it repeated.
It's almost like they actually fled because they had no food or jobs or place to live, and didn't want to die.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And we were committing genocide on a decent scale.
It's almost like today, they were refugees.
You're looking at population replacement in a lot of cities. You go to some places in Britain, and you might think you're in Cairo. Or
this isn't true, by the way. Like there's some level of it where there's like neighborhoods but it's not. You think you're in Cairo, said by someone who's clearly never been.
What does he think?
Cairo.
I was gonna say, like, why is like pick somewhere like I don't know.
No, he's just saying there's a lot of Arabs. That's all he's saying, which is also funny because Cairo, not really. Don't call him that. They don't like it. It's like when you call Iranians Arabs.
It's like it's
a mistake.
Well, imagine if you said like you might think you're in Dubai. It's the same kind of energy because it's like I don't think you know what Egypt looks like. It looks like
Cairo,
a place with
man.
giant fucking modern cities. It's not
Cairo, man. Cairo.
Or Baghdad.
Baghdad.
And this has caused tremendous.
Is Queeman still watching you? Because I want
'Cause
to
you
know
need-
if London is like Baghdad.
I mean, Queeman's on his lefty arc, so he probably approves. So he's a biased operative. Can't trust his word anymore.
It's 'cause it's like Baghdad.
Same Bag.
It's like Baghdad. I love that. That's great. That's fucking amazing.
I
He's
think
like
I think
Mogadishu.
I
I
think
want
he
him to say
le-
Mogadishu next.
I think he legitimately thinks that Middle Eastern countries outside of Iran look like refugee camps. It's just Lawrence of Arabia. They're just in camps. They're just
can agree with that.
they're just in caves, okay?
I can agree with that. He's yeah.
Like why
conflict throughout Europe. I wouldn't be surprised if like 2 to 4 years time you have civil war break out, insurgencies break out in places like Britain and France. So the question is, why is this happening throughout the world at the same time?
Exactly.
Why is it that these different nations?
Why is it that I'm saying this could happen in the world in many years? Why is that the case? All the things I'm saying, why am I saying this? These things aren't happening. He just named a bunch of stuff that might be happening, and then he's like, why are they happening? And Tuck's like, yeah. Why are they going door to door and murdering?
Why is nobody asking these questions?
Whether they're European, whether they're Canadian, Australian, why are they adopting the same policies? Not just in terms of COVID, right? But also in terms of like immigration.
You ready?
And so that's one of the great questions.
So wait.
Did you hear how he connected it?
Do it again. I'm sorry.
The whole video is leading to this.
Okay.
It's great.
Why is this happening throughout the world at the same time?
Exactly.
Why is it that these different nations, whether they're European, whether they're Canadian, Australian, why are they adopting the same policies? Not just in terms of COVID, right? But also in terms of like immigration. And so that's one of the great questions that we have to ask about the world.
Because they already had policies in place to take in refugees, and it's a global pandemic. You handle disease the same way, no matter where you are, more or less.
No. Choose.
I don't have to choose. See how I salvage your monetization there?
World we live in today. It seems as though it's almost a controlled demolition of Western civilization, right? The Anglosphere, Western Europe. It seems as though these nations are being destroyed purposely. For what end? I don't know. But
I don't know.
Wait.
Wait.
How do you not know though? You determine this through game theory. You cannot say
Well, no,
you don't
he
know
does
why
know.
they did. But you
He does
don't
know.
Well, yeah, I know yeah, sure, but you can't say that. You can't say I don't know
He does.
when this is the culmination of supposedly game
that's
theory.
His shtick. But that's his shtick. He will say many times that he doesn't know a thing, and then he will explain what
I
he
know
knows.
that's his shtick, but I'm talking specifically in the context of game theory, and I know he doesn't know what game theory is, but it's frustrating to me that nobody brings this up. You cannot have a conclusion from a game theory scenario if you don't know why people are doing things. That's what game theory is about. It's about playing out people's motives given certain sets of information. Like, that's it. So if you have a conclusion derived from game theory, you know everything about all of the players involved. Otherwise, it's not game theory.
Yep.
Merged, and the result can only end up in the controlled demolition of these societies.
I don't even think that's up for debate. I mean, of course, just look at the bottom line numbers. You know, of course.
I love Tucker.
Fucking, it's great, dude. That's great. Come on.
I love Tucker. I love Tucker
that's
so
so great.
much.
The white populations are being killed on purpose, and the question is why. And I don't have the faintest idea, and I know there's a lot of speculation as to who's doing it. I'll just say bluntly, I don't know. I mean, I know who the instruments are, of course, but Keir Starmer's not in charge of Great Britain. Macron isn't in charge of France. I'm not sure how many leaders really do have control of their countries. I don't know how many countries actually have sovereignty. I really don't know the answer.
Kind of are. They're the heads of the executive branch. They kind of are.
No. You're missing the point again.
I know.
They're doing Jewish question. That's what
I know.
That's what they're doing.
Answer. But something is going on. Is there any precedent for this in history? Have you ever seen anything like this?
Ready?
As a historian.
Wait. Pause.
As a historian, not an English teacher at a fucking high school who has a fucking bachelor's
At
in
Grizzle
fucking
Knows
English
Best
lit.
super chatted
As
$5.
a historian,
Good morning,
earlier as a
dads.
game theorist, Professor Jiang, can you, as a historian, do you have any idea what the fuck, man?
I wanted to. Can I guess at what civilization he's going to say? Precedent?
Ooh, yes, please.
Okay, so the first one's I almost don't want to say because it's a cheap cop out, but Rome. Obviously,
Rome's a good guess.
Rome's a good guess. Okay.
Rome's the one that a lot of people go to because you can blame it on the Jews, they say.
The Raj. I'm just spitballing here. And
I don't think he'd do the Raj.
I don't think he'd know anything about it.
I don't think he knows. He'd be like, I'm sorry, it would be that was close.
Fuck it, Japan.
Interesting.
I was
Ukraine.
What?
It's Ukraine.
Oh.
The answer is Ukraine. There's zero chance you'd ever get it. Des, you're good.
Historian.
You forgot he's insane. He went with actual examples that someone might use. You forgot he's a fucking moron.
Ottoman Empire actually would have been a good choice, actually, because with the colonization of Israel, Ottoman corruption was actually used to great effect there. So yeah, there you go.
And yes, red states, 100% India, the British Raj would have been a phenomenal example of. It's actually a good, interesting sociological example of it. But again,
but
these
Ukraine,
are good examples.
Okay.
Ukraine.
Right. So you look at what's happening in Ukraine, where the war is lost. It was lost 2 years ago. The Ukrainians have lost over 1 million fighting men. A lot of their people have fled overseas. No matter what happens in this war, Ukraine is finished as a nation state. It is no longer viable as a nation state. And rather than admit defeat and come to a ceasefire
hang on.
with Putin,
just to be clear, by the way, they have not lost 1 million men.
No, of course not.
Where is he getting that from?
His asshole.
But why would you? That's a number. Why would you just make up a number? You're on TV.
August hit it. August is fucking ahead of the game. Because you forgot that Zelensky is a Jew.
Oh, goddamn.
See, there we go.
They're always one step ahead. Okay.
August got it. You see, you just don't know the white nationalists. Now, granted, he's not a white nationalist. I think he has a term for that I'm not going to repeat, but it's a different color entirely.
Doing is just saying that we're going to draft our men and have them fight in the trenches of Ukraine, which would be suicide because the Russians dominate the battlefield with their drones and artillery and trenches in Ukraine. So it's almost like a suicide mission.
So why isn't it over yet?
But the Germans have said that, okay, we can only draft German men, but not Islamic men because we're afraid of their loyalty, which means that you have a situation where, local men like British, French, German men are being sent to die in the trenches of Ukraine. And, back at home, you have these immigrant population that have not assimilated into your culture. So it's really weird.
Has he ever been to Ukraine? What the fuck is he talking about? It's just beyond.
Wait, is he talking in the present tense? Germany is drafting Germans to go fight in Ukraine.
The Germans have said that, okay, we can only
that's not happening.
Draft German men, but not Islamic men because we're afraid of their loyalty, which means that you have a situation where,
hang on, pause.
The
Pause.
Islamists very much fans of Russia.
Hang on, pause. The draft doesn't.
No, it's layers.
The draft doesn't. There is no decision to not draft.
No, he's it's all bullshit.
Obviously, but like, I'm a little bit baffled by this because, and this is gonna sound weird coming from my mouth, I thought Tucker was smarter than this. You don't draft based on religion. You draft based on nationality. You don't know what people's religion is. They have to tell you. Because what he's basically saying is they don't draft based on what funny hats people wear. They don't draft people who are not under the draft because that's a condition
refugees, by the way.
You don't draft
refugees. It has nothing to do with them being Islamic.
That's a war crime. But also,
Can you imagine all the fucking people from Iraq show up and they're like, "Thank you. We're sending you off to Ukraine in the war." Holy shit. Trump, fuck. I said that out loud and now Trump's going to do it, isn't he? God damn it.
Oh, I mean, he wouldn't draft refugees. He's gonna draft illegal immigrants.
That's what I mean. He's gonna do it now.
Actually, no. Actually, no. They drew the short straw. He's gonna draft ICE.
And like British, French, German men are
seriously
being
though,
sent to die in the trenches of Ukraine. And
go ahead.
No, it's okay. Continue.
And back at home, you have these immigrant population that have not assimilated into your culture. So it's a really weird strategy. And I don't know who comes up with these sort of with this sort of stuff.
That's the $1 million question, Jay.
There's no historical precedent for this.
He does.
Isn't. I mean,
it turns out Jiang comes out with this stuff. It's actually him who comes up with this.
You need to understand. You need to understand, Brooks. Okay. Sorry, by the way, my skin's like really irritated right now from pollen.
No, it's fine. This is insane, dude.
But like, you need to understand, Brooks. Okay. He does predictive history. He's one step ahead. He's actually 10 steps ahead. When he lays out these plans that no one has thought of yet, he is preventing them from coming to the inevitable conclusion they would have otherwise. He is stopping the history that he is describing.
Oh, yes, he's doing psychohistory, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's shortening the coming darkness. Okay.
Dude, we need to go through like good fiction books and find other names for dumb shit and see if we can just steal it and call it a thing and make it a thing. Because I got to tell you, at this point, I got to wonder, what if we just lied a lot, but it was for a good cause? Like, what if we were doing the exact same thing, but it was like for the emancipation of humanity? Because I think we could come up with fascising things that would drive the other direction. That's like that comedian who did the bit where he's like, you've got to be stupider than them. So a guy sits down next to me and he sees, he's like, we're at the tire shop. My truck's big. His truck's big. My tires are getting replaced. He sits down next to me and Fox News is playing. He goes, yeah, it's something about abortion. He goes, yeah, abortion is bullshit. And I was like, oh God. So I turned to him because I knew I'd outstupid him. And I said, that's why I love the gays. And he was so confused. It's like that kind of shit. I think there's room for that kind of shit where it's like, because I can lie better than this.
Yeah, the problem's we've been on YouTube too long, so the game's given up. You have to come at it fresh immediately
Do a
after.
fucking VTuber bullshit thing. Name ourselves.
That's market saturation. Doesn't work anymore. We need a billionaire benefactor. That's what we need. Okay.
Oh, fair.
Okay, listen.
Listen.
Of mass billionaires out there who watch my channel. Okay. Anything.
There are more billionaires every day. So
any service you can imagine. Okay, I will fulfill your darkest desires. Just pay for me to play Resident Evil 9 for free. Okay, press play.
Immigration. You go back to the fall of the Roman Empire and how these hordes of immigrants flooded the Romans, and it's almost impossible.
Roman Empire laid low by illegal immigration. That's what it was.
The flood of immigrants. I want to know the book he read.
It's probably the Bill O'Reilly one.
There weren't that many people in the world. Like, what happened?
Well, I mean,
where did they come from?
NASA kept it a secret, obviously.
He's fucking out of his mind, dude.
Possible to assimilate so many people. Eventually, there's going to be a cultural takeover. Eventually, with so many people who are insistent on maintaining their cultural identity, eventually, because they have more children than you, eventually they're going to overwhelm your cultural identity.
Yeah, and I do think that is the story of history, one population replacing another. There's no such thing as multiculturalism. There's always a dominant culture that,
pause.
Insists on dominance.
Pause. Latour. He's reading Latour. That's where he's getting it from. I told you he's smarter. Sorry. That was a deep cut.
That was a fucking slice and a half, man.
Of course. I just don't think there's ever been anyone who thought this could happen globally, like a systematic targeting of a race for elimination globally. I mean, it wasn't possible until pretty recently, but it would be interesting to know.
You know, I believe that he believes that.
I have to ask, is there a time in recent history that's pretty famous that maybe a race of people was targeted for, I don't know, a final solution to their question?
Well, yeah, obviously it's
Whites.
Yeah.
White people.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, clearly. No one else. Fair. I've never heard of such a thing. Point made.
Oh, what the plan is. There's clearly like a plan.
And also, it wasn't possible until recently. Thank God for technology. I just love, like, what the fuck is this conversation? It's nuts.
Behind that, there's
just.
I mean, it wasn't possible until pretty recently, but it would be interesting to know
why recently
what the plan is. There's clearly like a plan behind that.
You know what?
I can't even make sense of it, dude.
Well, it's like, you know what they used in Rwanda? Big knives.
Hey,
they used really big knives. They chased people around with big knives. It seemed to work.
Right. But those knives were made recently.
Some of them were probably hand-me-downs. I think probably they took care of their machetes.
Yes, but they needed there was a number of knives that had to be put together first before it happened. There's a critical mass of knives. Also,
because the death toll for that was what? It was like close to 1 million. And that was in the course of like what? A summer?
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
There's a plan behind everything. I wonder, how many Americans do you think understand what's actually happening globally?
Sorry.
I mean, it wasn't possible until pretty recently, but it would be interesting to know what the plan is. There's clearly like a plan behind that. There's a plan behind everything. I wonder, how many Americans do you think understand what's actually happening in the world right now?
You know, unfortunately, I think that if you are educated in America, you know, I went to Yale, and so I know a lot of these Ivy League people.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we've been indoctrinated to believe certain values, and these values are not questionable. So for example, there was a court case that went to the Supreme Court about affirmative action at the University of Michigan, and affirmative action is clearly against American values, against the idea of American meritocracy, right? But the Supreme Court said that affirmative action was good because diversity is an inherent good, okay? And it's interesting because if you go to a place like Yale
diversity
or Harvard
is
or
an
any
inherent
of
good.
these Ivy League schools,
go to any of these Ivy League schools where people actually study politics, and they will actually tell you very specifically. Anybody who knows what they're talking about. Actually, yeah, diversity is what gives you resilience against any sort of thing that causes damage to any one part of your society. Because if it affects every single part of it equally, because all of it's the same, you are now uniquely vulnerable as a collective to that one thing. Whereas if you have any kind of stratification, class, ethnicity, whatever you want, anything that presents texture that is difficult to cut through.
A single culture and single race that all share the same thing ossifies into death.
They also tend to divide up into things that fight each other, because they don't have
to make fun inroads.
They don't have a common political or economic interest. Yeah, go on.
Just because I think how Jiang does this is really expert.
the idea of American meritocracy, right? But the Supreme Court said that affirmative action was good because diversity is an inherent good, okay? And it's interesting because if you go to a place like Yale or Harvard or any of these Ivy League schools, there's actually very little diversity. I'm talking about
says the Chinese guy who went from Canada. Have you ever been to? They're incredibly diverse schools.
Have you ever been? Have you ever been to?
But they're incredibly diverse now.
They are incredibly diverse.
Crazy.
Except in this one respect, most of the people who go are very well off financially.
They're rich. Yeah.
There are people who aren't, but generally speaking, most of the people there had a lot of economic advantages growing up, and sometimes extraordinary economic advantages growing up. Yes. A lot of them, by the way, as you aptly pointed out, are Chinese. Like, so
a lot.
A lot of them are from.
He's implying they're all white, which is funny because he went. He's saying this as it's crazy.
Ton of intellectual diversity.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's interesting because if you go to a place like Yale or Harvard or any of these Ivy League schools, there's actually very little diversity. I'm talking about intellectual diversity.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, like
okay.
there's different skin color, but if you
they're all thinking the same thing.
This book, Francois Jullien, There Is No Such Thing as Cultural Identity. Very important book. Very short.
Very short. Very short.
And incredibly punchy. Very good.
Actually look at the ideas that they engage with in a classroom. It's a very conformist setting. So it's one of these great ironies where affirmative action is supposed to bring
I like how it just
diversity
stops there.
to the class.
I like how it just stops there, and it's like no examples.
None.
And the wackiest thing too is like, just as an example, if you read somebody like Judith Butler or whatever, any sort of feminist author, any of these people, for example, who are usually associated with sort of this dominant hegemonic like ideology set of things that these people point to, you know who they were arguing against? Progressives and other leftists and feminists. That's who they wrote to. It's one of the reasons why they're not very easily penetrable to people who aren't in that area of dialogue, because they weren't targeting right-wingers, because there's actually tremendous intellectual diversity. They all disagree with each other. I thought progressives and the left always ate their own, but now all of a sudden they're all on the same side. Choose,
or as anyone who's a Marxist, and like it's the running joke. Every Marxist who's outwardly a Marxist is like, "There's a lot of Marxists at my school. Will you introduce me to them? I want to."
There are. I
want friends.
I went to one of the most left-wing schools in the world, significantly more so than Yale, I will say. I think I had one professor who was a Marxist, Chinese Marxist, by the way. Most people in university are liberals, especially in history departments where a lot of them are liberal conservative. In political science, a lot of them, again, liberal, veering on conservative. I think outside of like specific area studies courses or programs, like if there's a women's studies department or an indigenous studies department or an African studies department or something like that, where there's going to be some kind of like critical element that is tied to the identity of the department itself, you are going to see massive overrepresentation of people who are liberal essentially in their policies and conservative in terms of their sensibilities. They're going to have an intrinsic resistance and hostility.
Even the Marxists, they're going to be fucking dogmatic, weird right-wing nutcases.
Actually, weirdly, probably especially the Marxists. The general slant is actually going to be in the favor of conservatives. The reason why people like this have trouble with that, though, is because these are people in favor of conservatives who are capable of reading at a 5th grade level. So these are really stupid conservatives. So they think it's all homogenous because they feel threatened because, oh, wow, there are people here who can think. But the thing of it is, though, is like you go into like you look at like all of like the reading, for example, political science, history, and all that stuff. A whole lot of these people, they were conservatives who complained about changing culture and stuff like that. But they did so in a way that was semi-intelligent, even if they were wrong. I'm just saying, like.
I get it.
I know you get it.
We're going to continue.
I'll stop rambling.
But if you go to any classroom in an elite setting, it's extremely conformist. You're not allowed to bring up these issues about, population replacement, immigration, because then you'd be called.
Can you imagine standing up at like Yale and being like, Why are we discussing the great replacement that the Jews are putting us through?
It's like, sir,
A racist.
I love it.
Find your name in an English name dictionary, please, and then come back to us with that question.
Fuck, dude.
Because and that's the worst thing to be called, right? I mean, like you're better off being called a pedophile, right? Pedophiles have more rights now than racists.
That's true.
So
especially if they're also racist.
It's not just
if you're both, you have a superpower and you get to be the president and all of his friends.
What's happening.
But hang on.
In current events, it's also what's happening.
Shit, Epstein was Jewish. I forgot. Keep going.
He's also racist.
Yeah, but he's you know,
classroom where and in the popular culture where people are not even allowed to ask questions that are like blindly obvious if you just walk the streets of any Western city.
You've lived around the world. I think you're now in China. Does the rest of the world see this more clearly?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not in the West and if you're not subjected to this brainwashing, indoctrination that they feed you in the schools, it's obvious. Again, it's blinding obvious to anyone.
This is not true. It's true to racists everywhere. There is a commonality in that. But no, this is bullshit. It's insane.
If you just walk the streets of any major city in the West. So there's a joke in China, and so Chinese don't actually like to go to Canada for tourism. And
that's not true.
Someone asked, why doesn't anyone recommend Chinese going to Canada? And the response was, well, would you recommend someone going to India? Right, so it's a bit racist. It's very racist. Okay,
pause for a second. Okay, first of all,
what?
Okay, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to answer that question. Actually, I'm going to answer it in two ways. First of all, it's not true. We have tons of Chinese tourists. But secondly, though, a major reason for why somebody may not want to go to Canada as a tourist is because a lot of people are coming here, in fact, to buy homes and property. So they aren't coming as tourists; they're immigrating. They're immigrating so much, in fact, that the right-wingers here are like, oh, China's trying to buy out the province of British Columbia, which, maybe, but there is. I was gonna say, like, there's
amount of homes being
that's
bought
not
is fucking nuts.
not entirely crazy, but China, of course, has no like strategic aims, of course, so they're just making it up as they go. But the other reason is because of this massive conduit of people moving between China and Canada. They know how much it sucks, and they know that like the reputation of like the scenic areas and whatnot is bullshit, because those are out in the boonies. The actual cities, I think they're cozy, but they are gross and they are sparse and they are full of dog poop everywhere, and nobody respects the public spaces, and they're nasty, and they have no real like cultural interest except in some very specific areas. And the storied history of Canada is a bunch of slovenly shitheads finding cowardly ways to steal water supplies from natives. So it's like, it's not.
And someone says, Red State says, really nice. One of the challenges Canada has as a thing is also it doesn't really have a tourist city. They kind of people visit.
No, it does.
Generally.
It does. I'm in a tourist city. So Victoria is marketed as a garden city, and it actually is massively tourist oriented. It is severely disappointing. Don't do it. But
it is severely disappointing. LA, we used to have, when I was down there, it was crazy the amount of tourists that we got. Like, it's a tourist city. People travel from all over the world to go there, walk the Hollywood Star, and I guess smell bum piss and watch them shit on different.
And I mean, to be clear, like there are places here that
you
are
want
very
disappointing. Go watch one of the best things to do. There's a couple really decent like coffee places on Hollywood Boulevard. You can actually sit and watch all of the white and foreign tourists so excited to come out of their hotels and then just get hit with what Hollywood really is.
Oh, come on, Victoria is lovely. Victoria is lovely if you're at the parts where nobody lives. If you're at the parts like on the docks and so on and so forth. If you like nature away from the cities. Downtown Victoria as a tourist center garden city, the thing that is advertised, is a rundown cesspit with thousands of unhoused people that are just being bullied from street to street, and we won't do anything about them. We won't give them housing. We won't give them treatment. We just send cops to shuffle them from street to street to street. And it looks terrible.
They still won't give Nirvana the band a chance to play. They just want to be on stage one time.
Yep.
Just Rivoli just one time.
No, this place is
in Canada.
This place is horrible. It is legitimately horrible. It is overpriced. It is gross, both morally and physically.
They put mayonnaise on burgers.
What's wrong with mayonnaise on burgers?
Disgusting. That's a fucked up response. That is a morally unethical thing to respond to me with. I cannot believe you would say that.
Do you guys not have A&W in the States?
They don't put mayonnaise.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely put mayonnaise on burgers.
Not here.
Absolutely. If you go into a McDonald's and you wait in line for more than 5 minutes, somebody will ask for chicken sauce on their double quarter pounder.
They'll ask for what?
They'll ask for chicken sauce in the double quarter. That's what they call their mayonnaise. Chicken
I hate
sauce.
Stupid fucking.
You can't call it mayo. It destroys the illusion. There's even that whole fucking joke in Pulp Fiction. It's like they put mayo on their fries. Put that shit all over their shit.
It's just disgusting. We now have ketchup fries and all seasoning fries. Whatever the different versions of that.
Ketchup
Those are now
fries?
all in America. Ketchup fries.
You mean ketchup chips?
Chips.
They're putting the powder. Okay, so like crisps. What you mean those? Like the flat ones?
Crisps. Yes.
Okay.
Sure. I bought picnics. The ketchup picnics. You know, the little fries.
We've been getting some more of that stuff. We've been getting some more American stuff here as well. We got Funyuns recently, a couple of years ago.
Good for you. Funyuns are great.
We got although I realized that there was an off-brand that was making the exact same thing, so that was a little bit disappointing. Great value at some like onion rings things that was actually just Funyuns, but I didn't know it. We've been getting more of the Schneider's pretzel bites, which I was excited about because that one streamer Tomfoolery used them as an ingredient in his big boy prison food cocktail thing. They're really good. The honey mustard ones are like addictive. I probably gained like 6 pounds the month that I discovered those.
I don't like any half the sentences you just said. I don't like. But I know what you're talking about. They're good.
They are phenomenal.
I don't want to know the rest of that story at all.
We get a lot of actually just to emphasize just how dense our Asian immigrant population is. We are having like Asian supermarkets, like Korean and Chinese, popping up all over the place. We had an H Mart pop up recently. It's phenomenal.
H Mart's fucking awesome.
H Mart is so fucking good. I go there now for what are the jelly donuts in Pokemon? What are they called again? The triangle things. They make sushi, and the way I would describe it, Korean sushi, which is Korean North American sushi to be clear. Korean North American sushi, I don't know if it's the same in Korea. It is basically like Japanese food in the same way as like it is to Japanese food the way American Chinese food is to actual Chinese food. It's the same thing, but greasier and better. And worse at the same time, but in a nice way.
All right.
It's decadent is what I would call it.
If you can get a hold of it, Yapaki, Yapoki. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't speak Korean. It's fucking delicious. It's one of my favorite street foods when I was in Korea. And it was just it's these rice cakes that are long in like crazy spicy sauce. Fuck, it's delicious.
Oh, weird. They're like noodles.
There's something deeply satisfying about the way that they eat.
It looks almost like rice and gnocchi.
Not far from that. Yeah, I would say it's fair. It's a little chewier than that.
Yeah.
It's a tougher bite. Really delicious. Yapaki is delicious.
I'll keep an eye out for that. I'm sure they have it there.
It's very good.
I've been getting natto from there recently, which is, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not great.
Natto is disgusting. Get some durian. We get fresh durian here. It's one of my favorite things because you don't get the shitty durian. Like, get good durian if you can.
I'm sure there has to be.
You probably can.
There has to be a good version of natto that's not gross because people love that stuff.
Nope, it's disgusting.
It's just all this. It's all the same.
It's one of those things you have to have like grown up with. It's like, do you like licorice? Like
I do. But it has to be like the soft. It has to be the soft chewing licorice. No.
But did you grow up with it?
No. But I am adventurous with food, so.
I am too. It's disgusting.
I am continuously eating it over and over again in the hopes that someday I'll get it. You know what it is? It's not the texture, it's not the flavor, it's the fact that it's so slippery. If it wasn't so slippery, if it didn't feel like
what?
Natto, it's too slippery.
That's it?
Yeah.
Not the flavor, not the weird texture.
No, the flavor's fine. It's like bean cheese. It's whatever.
Bean cheese. That's fucking grosser. Somehow you made it grosser for me.
I mean, it's kind of.
I've tried natto.
That's kind of what it is.
I've tried. I mean,
It's the fact. It's the fact that it's in a mucus that I can't get over.
I mean, it's not a mucus.
It feels like a mucus.
Yeah, it does feel like mucus. It does. Yeah,
it's like I would liken it to like, because here's something I grew up with that I am disgusted by. My dad used to buy Cheese Whiz all the time. Which is, for lack of a better word, like spiceless queso mucus. It's vile.
I love Cheese Whiz.
Cheese Whiz is disgusting.
You gotta have Cheese Whiz on a Philly cheesesteak. That's like the good Philly cheesesteak.
You can't even. I believe you on principle, but you can't even do that anymore because they've removed the cheese from Cheese Whiz. It's not the same product anymore. It's like this weird oil thing. There's no cheese.
There's a bunch of Cheese Whiz makers in Philly. You can get the good stuff still.
I need to find a place that like sells that shitty pimento cheese spread that they have in Breaking Bad, because that's what I've been curious about for forever. It has to be that container though. Apparently they used to. Apparently Costco here used to carry it, and then from some producer, and the producer went on some racist tirade, so they removed it. It's like, damn it.
Don't know what to tell you.
Okay, well, you enjoy your whiz of the cheese either way. Continue.
It's fine.
Let's finish this.
I mean, it's obvious to people.
There you go.
He's going to Canada, and the response was, "Well, would you recommend someone going to India?" Right? So it's a bit racist. It's very racist, okay? But I mean, it's obvious to people.
It's really not. Actually,
Britain named chicken tikka masala as its national dish. I got to tell you, and I know it comes from genocide. Some of the best Middle Eastern and Indian food I've had in London. Like, there's some really extraordinary restaurants there.
Well, it's not exclusively from genocide. A lot of it is just from like plain old imperial subjugation. Because here's the thing: for a period of time, Indians were subjects of the Queen. They had the same rights as anybody else in the empire.
Yeah.
So it's like, but here's the thing though. As far as Canada is concerned, no, actually, Indian people are not the dominant population, and they are fine. I don't know anyone who has a problem with Indian people. The one thing I would say is that we seem to have imported, like, as a consequence of the Indian population growing, you hear very periodically about like crime from India leaking over in the form of so-and-so had a hit put on them from somebody in India. Like there was some musician or somebody who was shot recently, but that's not something that affects the average person generally. This is the kind of thing that happens literally when you have movements of any person anywhere. And moreover, these are persons of importance. This is not the kind of picture he's painting of like, oh no, look at all of these uneducated poor people who can't work and are a burden on society. It's like, first of all, gross, but secondly, that's not what's happening at all. At all. Full stop. It's
just interesting because I'm not defending the whites. I am white, of course, but white people have done a lot of bad things, just like people do a lot of bad things. But in general, people like to go on, as you just noted, vacation in white countries because they're pretty nice.
Someone asked who I was talking to. Someone else said Hank Green, and it made me smile. I'm sorry.
Oh.
So I think you'd have to say, if you took the emotion out of it and just like looked at it net, whites have been, pretty big addition to the world, invented a lot of stuff, created a lot of beauty.
This is the Doug Stanhope bit. I love it.
Listen. If it wasn't
white nationalists used to be so powerful and cool, talking about white power and we're gonna take over the world.
Listen,
and fuck everyone else.
Brooks.
And now you're just like, everyone's replacing us. We're in trouble.
If it wasn't for whites, who would have sent black slaves in to clear and colonize North America and make it so beautiful? You think about that?
Created places people like to go on vacation, which really is a good test. So, like, why would you destroy all that?
I don't know. Buddy. I don't know why anyone would destroy that.
Look, so in my school, I teach great books. I teach Western civilization. I teach Homer, the Iliad, the Odyssey. I teach Plato, the Republic. I teach Dante, the Divine Comedy. I teach the Bible. And my students love it. Because Western civilization, it's just not about people being white. It's really about what it means to be human.
Right.
And what it means to be spiritual.
Okay, but in selecting books to represent what it means to be human, you picked ones that were of particular interest to white people.
Oh, dude, that's fucking, dude.
All he had to do was include the Shahnameh, because he's the big Iran guy, but he won't, because he doesn't know it exists, because he doesn't give a shit about it.
He's not a big Iran guy. He's a big I hate Arabs guy. And he thinks he's made that comment before, and I fucking just love every time he does it. And people are like, he knows so much about the area, and it's like, yes, he's referring to the Arabs of Iran. They love that. That's a fucking thing. Goddamn people.
To have connections with.
Do you get The Onion? It's not paid advertisement. The Onion you can order.
I just watched it on YouTube.
None of the articles, none of it's on YouTube, none of it's on the website. They do like their own standalone full thing, and it's only for subscribers, and it's fucking great every time I get it. Here you go. Just if you can see. Tearful Trump claims he was sex trafficked by Epstein. That's the headline. That's good. FDA recalls 40,000 gallons of RFK Jr.'s milk. That's probably grosser than it needs to be. I like it. They're great. They're really just nailing it across.
Have you seen all of the raw milk channels that talk about they lightly boil it first? First heat your milk up.
They have them getting milked as an image in the fucking middle.
Oh god.
That was
Don't show that.
But all the ads are fake, and that's what makes it like the entire thing, there's no ads. But it's like they have ads in here. Trump RX. Thanks to President Trump, the days of price gouging are over. Get up to 89% off prescription hamburgers.
Oh my god.
They're fucking great. I highly recommend it. It's one of the better things. It comes every couple weeks. You can order it anywhere. It's fucking hilarious, and it just makes me smile. It's very few things, but because they just are. It's Kristi Noem defends use of force on own face. No,
I mean, I mean, it's too. That one's just you can play that one too straight.
I know, that's why it's funny.
Wonder how she's doing right now.
New television series, Dateline All Stars. Come on, no? That's great. I think that's great.
I'm just reading about what Kristi Noem's up to now. I'm a little bit curious because once she was kicked out, it's like what's left for you? She really does have like the most wretched Wikipedia page I think of anybody I've ever seen. Just wretched across the board. There is nothing good about this person's existence. Nothing at all.
Don't know what to tell you.
I mean, her father was killed in a grain bin accident, apparently, so he didn't live to see his daughter turn into this. That's dubious positive.
The opinion piece this month is from a horse. I work very hard. I would like cake. Hello, I am horse. I work hard at job of being horse. Humans say move heavy thing. I move heavy thing. Humans sit on top of me, pull my head. I carry them. Main food human gives me is hand oats. I would like a different food. I would like to try cake. I love the Onion. God damn it. I love the Onion.
Does Mad Magazine still exist?
It's a shell of its former self. I grew up with Mad. Really, really loved it.
I never read it. I just saw it everywhere.
Doesn't really work anymore. Doesn't really work.
With the line. So it's unfortunate that just when the world needs Western civilization the most, the West decides to destroy its own civilization. I mean, yes. Homer, Dante, Plato, Shakespeare, the Bible, these are timeless classics that speak to every human. I know because I teach in China to Chinese students who have absolutely no exposure to Western culture, yet they fall in love with Plato, Dante, Homer, and Shakespeare. And why is that? And it's because there is eternal truth.
Actually, it's because they can read in English, which means they were absolutely exposed to that culture. What are you talking about? Like, that's impossible.
No, they're flatly, yes.
Like, that's why. It's because like all of their media is already related to that. It's already resonant because they live in the world that was built by those things, with those things in them.
They're out of their minds, man.
No, and somebody pointed out in chat, like, no Chinese classics. Like, and that shit's sometimes really good. Three Kingdoms is like an endless well of content. It's great. No interest.
How about the Tao Te Ching? How about the mountain of fucking Chinese poetry that is stunning? The I Ching, for example. I adore it.
I don't know, like the frickin' it's just
there is so much good Chinese literature and writing, and it's just, and philosophy. There is, the fun thing right now about the world of philosophy is we're starting to get more things translated to English from China, but from
and Japan. A lot of good stuff from Japan too.
Yeah, but Japan, there's a little bit more of a Western influence. There are entire like philosophical traditions, the way that like we have, you could say like, oh, there's the pre-Socratics, then there's Plato, Aristotle, and then you got the Stoics. But there's a lot of others in there. And some of those kinds of things are starting to leak out, and we're starting to get that stuff translated. It's amazing.
There's a great book, it's Feng Yulan, I think. History of Chinese Philosophy. He has a condensed version. That's 1 volume, but it's a 2-volume thing. Yeah, Feng Yulan. And it just goes into, like, you have no idea. Like, people think Chinese philosophy, oh, there were a couple books written and then everything just kind of stopped and they just read that stuff. It's like, no, there's like, there's as many of them as there are scholastics, and actually a little bit more. There's tons of interesting stuff, and a lot of it's being retrieved by a lot of modern philosophers because they were ahead of the current on a lot of things. They weren't like possessed by a lot of fairly dumb prejudices that we didn't shed simply because they were tied to economic systems, so there wasn't a reason to shake them. Like the entire notion of like mind stuff being intrinsically separate from the rest of your body is actually fundamentally absurd. We know, for example, like just on a folk modern medicine level, like if you eat yogurt in the morning for breakfast, it's going to impact your cognition later on in the day, as opposed to if you eat like McDonald's. Like obviously these things are related to each other, but that entire separation is because you were able to literally like free people by subjugating other people from certain tasks to do other tasks that they wanted to do, think and talk and so on and so forth, instead of like cook and knit and farm and shit.
Embedded in their words. And so universities, Western universities, ought to be the places, the fortresses that are the greatest defenders of Western civilization. But if you go again to these elite universities, Yale, Harvard, they are the most critical of Western civilization. They don't teach Homer
$10.
and Dante and Plato. And it's like, if you don't teach these classics, what's the purpose of university? I always
teaching things that are within the last 2,000 years.
You know what's crazy is you can, you know, one of the things.
2,000 years is a long time.
One of my favorite YouTube channels is Angela Collier, and you know what she does? She does physics research.
I've not heard of her.
And she teaches, and she also reads books and talks about them on her channel, because you can be taught science and biology, and you can read these books. I don't know why I specified science and biology, the only two options, of course, but you can do that. You can go into STEM, you can go into computer science, you can go into business or whatever. You can do all these sorts of things. You can go into the trades, and then at night when you're off work, you can read whatever you want. In fact, you can read.
See, this is what you missed earlier. He earlier said that the way we should be having doctors learn is by having them do apprenticeships and not go to school. So he's agreeing with you.
I mean, to be clear, like I do agree that there are problems with the way the university system is structured. I think the for-profit nature of it is a big problem. I think the way it inflates the cost of education, that really, like, in practical terms, just strictly speaking.
No, we need to give homeless people to people who want to be doctors to practice. Because you can only learn by doing.
There are a lot of homeless people with degrees. Just saying.
Canada's got a law to allow this now, right?
I always thought the university was the heart and center of civilization, right? It's like what monasteries were in the middle.
He did. That's what he said, Caleb, that he wants doctors to spend the first year mopping the floor around other doctors so they can absorb what's happening. Genuinely, Sunday.
That is what mops do, to be fair.
That's what doctors do, apparently.
The evil age. And I thought these professors, they would dedicate their lives to promoting the classics, but instead they now promote complete nonsense like DEI and yeah.
Hey, that's all he's got. They promote DEI. You know what?
Shit.
I have been as a conservative, by the way, to the most liberal university, significantly more so than anyone you've gone to. I guarantee you, anyone in the audience. And I got it.
I didn't go to. I can tell you, I didn't go to one that's more left wing.
I gotta tell you, you should though, you do well, but I gotta tell you though, I have never had a professor argue for DEI ever. You want to know why? Because A, they don't like it, but B, because a lot of them are older. Because this is the thing people don't get. It's like professors are not the current generation. Professors are older. These are people who were well into adulthood when the students who are doing all of the cringe activisty stuff that gets put on those like left-wing fail compilations on YouTube are active. These are from a previous generation. This is why a whole lot of them end up running afoul of like more contemporary feminists and so on and so forth, because they have a lot of retrograde views on things. These are not them. And the idea that professors are like pushing this stuff to their students, it doesn't happen.
But counterpoint, I read on Twitter that a young man went to his first day of atheist class and he was very upset that he couldn't talk about Jesus, and the professor screamed DEI and slapped him twice.
See, this is the problem, okay? I am autistically taking.
One sec. My audio just went fucking nuts.
It stopped. You're good. You're good now. It fixed.
It did not stop. One sec.
It stopped. It's fine. You're perfectly clear on my end. I think it's a connection issue. I don't think it's an audio issue. Oh.
There we go.
All good now?
Should be.
Okay. Well, you were sounding fine to me before, so I think it probably is.
That's weird. Mine went completely haywire.
Oh, so you were hearing on your end.
Yeah, it was fucking awful.
Oh, that's weird.
Let's finish this. I want to get out of here. You and I agree on this. You're now repeating a thing. Not that I want to interrupt you, but like, he is not worth this level of response.
Well, that's because here's the thing. I'm autistically responding to him like there is worth responding, and you're just making fun of me for it justly. So
I'm not making fun of you for it. I'm saying it's.
You're making fun of the
like,
attempt. I don't disagree with you doing so. I'm just pointing out the absurdity.
It is awful. It's and I trust me, I feel it. He'll be going off on something, and it's just something that'll hook me, and I'm like, the fuck. And it's like
you forgot they're not people. Yeah.
He's nonsense. Like again, the piece I wrote basically goes into how, and it's a new type of media that exists now that I don't think existed before, where the expectation is that the viewer actually builds the apparatus of the content. And my money, I use Pluribus as the example for this, because I've watched a whole bunch of examples of what people think it's about. Nothing anyone says is actually in the show. It's all about structuring things between episodes from your position, how you see it, what you see as important. And that's fine. Again, I'm not knocking the show for that, but it's a weird thing. And as you start looking around, you start seeing more and more of this, that there's this type of content that is structurally empty. And Jiang is, I think, taking advantage of this or hitting this weird point in a very particular way.
You waited until the moment he was going to rush off the stream to say that. That was deliberate. Son of a bitch.
I've been waiting because I didn't want to have the conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Son of a bitch.
I don't want to have the conversation. I don't want to have the conversation. I don't want to have the conversation.
Thank you, Limburgino, for the 343 ISK incentivizing this time slot. You are not incentivizing this time slot enough. Gonna need a different color super chat for that one. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, let's finish this monstrosity.
Of all the, and this is my last question, Professor. Thank you. It's been a wonderful conversation, and I hope it won't be our last. And I hope we can have dinner when we're on the same continent. But this is my last question. Since you've traveled so much and lived so many places and speak multiple languages, where would you say the part of the world that's most hostile to Western civilization, as you just described it, is?
Ukraine.
Trying to understand where this hostility is coming from.
It's going to be Ukraine.
Israel.
Well, I would say Canada, Britain, Western Europe.
Canada at the top. It's because they bullied him out of the pool for beating his kid.
Yeah.
Places are the most hostile towards Western civilization. Chinese people have tremendous respect for Western civilization. In fact, in China's, in the process of promoting the classics, Plato, Homer, Shakespeare, in China, because Chinese recognize the tremendous cultural value and immense eternal.
I don't think that's like that's not the Chinese as an entity loving Western culture. That's a whole bunch of people in China went to university and started liking the stuff they were reading in university abroad, and so they go back
embedded in these classics. So we're in a very weird situation where the West is destroying itself by abandoning what makes it great, which is these classics.
I think
every single one of those is taught in every high school and college in the entire fucking Western civilization world. What a fucking incredibly stupid person.
If we talk longer, I'm going to start to cry on camera, so I'm going to take an emotional.
Save it for after the dinner date, Tucker. There was a new translation of Plato in a Beijing university. I don't know what the translation was of. Just of Plato, apparently. But you all done?
I'm out. That's I know you've been streaming longer than me, which do you have compression socks on, or are you getting Dame Fane's from?
Oh, I ended stream and then I streamed again later.
Oh, you cheated.
So I had a break, yeah.
Okay, well, I've been just going straight.
Because I was covering. I actually felt bad about it afterwards because I realized I didn't raid into you because I realized you were live because you had DM'd me before. But I actually raided into this. I think he's Iranian. This guy who was debating the Iranian war. Yeah, so I was hoping to maybe like foster a connection there because I'm kind of curious about talking to this guy. But then I went off stream for like a solid few hours because I had to cook dinner for my partner and do stuff.
Did it go well? Did he seem to react well.
I don't think he noticed it. It was fine, whatever.
You got to rate into a channel that'll notice at least a little bit.
I mean, the numbers probably would have, because he was operating with 700, so I bumped him up to close to 900. But
That's good.
But I don't think he was paying attention. I think he was at the end of the interview, and he just didn't care. He's one of these people who just doesn't watch chat, which is smart. So
fair enough. Fair enough. Well, what I can say is I'm sending everyone to Sunday. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye. Okay.
I'm still here.
Yeah, you are still here. But I'm still
live.
live.
My stream is now heading off to you. Hey, we're not ready for that. You're like, what?
I know.
Don't send me back.
They won't even... They won't even know they left.
All right. Before I go...
Yeah.
Because I do want to... Have you watched anything interesting movie-wise? Because I have recommendations.
Oh God. Nothing new recently. The last month and a half has basically been a write-off. Have you seen the Foddy game Baby Steps?
Yes. I'm about 15 to 20 hours into it.
It is so fucking
Dexter
good.
loves watching it. He loves watching it.
It's like my favorite thing. It's been very therapeutic for me lately. I've been watching it on a repeat every night.
I thought it would be like a rage bait game. I figured I'd buy it because it made me laugh, and I was like, cool, Dexter and Violet will watch. It's a cute game for that. And it turns out it's like actually
it's one of the most
just hits a really good balance of infuriating and oh no kind of moments.
It's also one of the most wholesome games I've played in a weird way. Like it leaves you with a really positive attitude despite being so bleak in a lot of ways. It's really good.
It feels very funky. Yeah. It's very funky for that.
You're going to recommend some movies though.
Well, I was asking what you've seen recently.
Oh shit.
Because you're always I'm always trying to figure out like the moods you're in because I watch too much shit.
The last movie I watched, besides my partner's sister, I watched The Menu with while she was visiting.
Menu's phenomenal.
I watched the Chainsaw Man movie was very good. It's very good.
Okay. Have you seen Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die?
No.
Put it on your list.
Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. All right. And I'll check out...
Don't look anything up about it. Don't check it. Don't watch a trailer.
Is it on Netflix?
I doubt it.
All right.
But it's on my Plex, so...
Okay.
I just have to push it. I thought it was pretty fucking solid. Dust Bunny, which is a weird drama horror weird thing with Mads Mikkelsen, and it's fucking surreal as shit.
I like Mads Mikkelsen.
Have to recommend that. Mads Mikkelsen's always great, but this is like surreally weird.
Oh, I watched season 3 of Squid Game, which is the worst thing I've ever seen.
I couldn't continue after season 2. I watched part of season 2 and went, oh, I don't even want to comment on this. I was going to do a video and all this, and I went, fuck it.
Season 2 has a very rough start, and then you start to like some of the characters, and then season 3 takes all of the characters that you like, kills them all off by episode 3, and then gives you a bunch of no-name randos that are now the bad guys. And the ending of the story is the main character guy survives the games again, and he takes a baby that was inexplicably born within a 15-minute span from one of the victims of the games, and they go live happily ever after, and there's no resolution to anything. It is incredibly bad. It is incredibly bad.
Well, that's great.
Michael likes Wheel of Time because she hasn't read the books.
Action films. I got introduced to Sisu, S-I-S-U.
Okay.
There's 2 of them. I didn't watch the first one when it first came out, but the second one is
it's that guy. It's that guy who sticks the knife into the guy's head.
I mean, that happens like at least a couple times.
There's a noteworthy one though, where his eyes go all wonky.
Dude, if that's the one that's noteworthy, just wait till you fucking watch this movie. It's like the stupidest, over the top fun. Like, it's fun. Have you seen If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You?
No.
I don't recommend it for everyone. It is the most anxiety-filled movie I've ever seen. I adore it for this. It is one of the most uncomfortable things to watch I've ever watched.
Hey,
Not
Sunday.
in like it's gross way, but like it'll ruin. It's like just genuinely just takes you down a few notches.
Sunday, I overheard that you were going through some personal trouble this month. Here's a list of things you can watch to have some.
Hey, this one I went out. I told you specifically. You can save it for whenever. I was very particular about how I described it. Anyone who's seen it would know absolutely what I mean, and they'll go, "Yeah." But if you happen to be in the mood for that, if you're in the mood for that, it's like nothing else.
Casually traumatizing yourself is Brooks's favorite genre of film.
No, not casually traumatizing yourself. Making you feel like you've ever seen Uncut Gems, right?
I don't think I did see Uncut Gems. I saw.
Dude, really?
Yeah, I don't think I saw.
We've been through this. You don't watch anything.
I don't have time. I try. Uncut Gems. Oh no, Uncut Gems. I did watch Uncut Gems. That's sorry. I heard Uncut Gems.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a anxiety movie.
Yeah.
That is like a 2 out of 10, and this one is like a 10 out of 10 in comparison. I've never seen anything that just makes me just genuinely fucking like uncomfortable.
Okay.
It's great.
Okay.
It's great. Those are the big ones for me right now.
The fact that this was an Adam Sandler movie and I heard you saying Uncut Gems is especially funny too in retrospect. But anywho.
So those would be my lists. Huh? No.
All right. I'm trying to think if I have anything else besides that.
Chair Company was amazing.
Chair Company.
Fuck, the Chair Company was amazing. It's on all these are on my Plex.
I'm sure I fucking watched something from last year. And I think I legitimately did not watch anything from 2025. Except for the One Punch, or not One Punch Man.
There's a lot of really pretty great
Chainsaw
stuff.
Man.
There's a lot of pretty great stuff last year, actually.
I think I completely missed out everything. Was Mickey 17 good? I saw a bunch of clips from that on YouTube, and that looked interesting.
It is. It's worth seeing. It's good. It's not good. It's good.
Okay. Yeah, literally nothing. Damn. I missed all of these. I guess Weapons came out in 2025. So I saw that one.
Well, that is something for you.
It was very good. I also saw Barbarian afterwards. I wish I had seen Barbarian first because I would have appreciated it more. He gets so much better by the time Weapons comes out.
Barbarian's a different film. Fundamentally different.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I mean it plays with it's got a similar tempo, I want to say, because I think the thing with Krager's movies, what really stands out about them isn't so much like the premise or the type of horror it is. It really is like he has a very particular pace with how things go. There's like a constant, it's like a zigzagging escalation. It goes up really fast, but it weirdly like normalizes it as it goes.
Right.
I don't know. Anyways,
and the last one I wanted to know your thoughts on. I'm assuming you did watch The Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
I saw an episode of it and it was phenomenal, and I haven't seen the whole thing yet. I've seen bits of it.
Okay.
But it's the only good Game of Thrones media, period.
It's the only good Game of Thrones book. Duncan Egg is it's the only interesting characters. I fucking don't like the books otherwise.
Haven't read the book, but the show was, from what I've seen of it, is exceptionally good.
It's one of those things that I hate. I pretty much hate everything Game of Thrones does now. And
I hated Game of Thrones before it was cool. Okay.
This is the 6 episodes that you give me only 30 minutes a piece of, you pieces of shit. That's all I could think watching it and getting to the end and going, you motherfuckers. That's all I could think. I was so mad.
I think people talk about how Game of Thrones got bad after season 4. I think Game of Thrones was bad from season 1. I think the pacing was terrible. I think it didn't connect things together. I think I
think season 1 was okay. I will actually push back slightly. I'm not going to say it was great. I think it was good in the sense of like it was doing something that hadn't really been done. It was a particular type of thing. They
you know what
had
the thing
a
is?
chance to, if they had hit their stride in the second and third season, it would have been completely forgivable.
It should have just followed. Frankly, it should have sidelined. To be honest with you, I think a major problem is that it simultaneously had a panorama vision for how the entire world worked. It had to fit everything in constantly with equal weight, but it had no actual curiosity about its own world. So I think what would have been a lot more interesting is just focus on King's Landing, focus on Tyrion and the Lannisters, and everybody else is a side character in the distance, and focus on that, because that's where the interest is. Everything else is just pure misery. You're just watching people being stupid, because everything else actually revolves around that plot, and everybody else is secondary. But they want to pretend like this is some big holistic, like geopolitical, strategic, philosophical thing, so they have to give everything equal weight, but they don't. They just show crazy people here, there, and there's a few sane people, but they're all in one place. So it's like, just follow Tyrion in King's Landing. Do that. You don't need to produce the entire book series. What you need to do is make a good show. And like, if they focused on the characters that actually matter narrative-wise, and not just focus on, well, let's look at this panoramic experience of every single character everywhere. Like, Tyrion, Daenerys, that's all you need. That's it.
And again, like, and I'll say it a million times, I fucking hate his writing. He writes like shit. He writes interesting stories, and one of the things this show constantly did, and this sounds weird for me to compare it, but I'm going to compare it to Lord of the Rings. There's a lot of stuff missing from the movies. I'm not going to say there's not.
Yeah.
But there's very few things that like undermine main character arcs the same way that the show undermined characters in Game of Thrones. It just doesn't have the same, like, I know there's things missing. It doesn't have as much dimensionality, but like Tyrion as a character, the shit that like he's just like a one note flat thing in the show. And it's like, really?
Yep. Well, because he has to be, because all they can do is show the quirkiness. They don't have time to develop him. If they focused on Tyrion, if it was like a Tyrion perspective thing, it would have probably been one of the most phenomenal shows of all time. But
they would have had to do with other things, and they, again, no one wanted like that character as a main character. That's what they were thinking.
I think absolutely everybody did, though, is the problem. But here's the main thing.
No, I'm not saying they did, that people didn't want that. I'm saying that the people writing it went, oh, it's got to be a fucking
because they were cynical hacks, especially with how they ended it. But like, in addition to all this, like, well, just I like the comparison to Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings actually does, in a certain sense, exactly what I'm describing, but it focuses on people who are journeying, not people who are like acting, so to speak, and doing things. Like when it's focusing on like the three hunters and the two towers in Return of the King, that's when you're actually seeing the cross section of the world. But in general, like, the reason why the Lord of the Rings films work, despite the fact that they are like a massive deviation from the source material in a lot of ways, even in terms of messaging, is because there was a vision behind it. There was a purpose to what they were doing. They had an idea for what they were doing. It's the same reason why Tarkovsky
Peter Jackson absolutely was like, that was his heart and soul.
That's the thing, though. It had a heart and soul. So like, Tarkovsky films also adapt books, actually very inaccurately. Solaris and Stalker. Incredibly inaccurate representations of their source material.
But God, are they good.
But they're really good. Why? Because there is an intelligent vision behind it. He is doing something with it. He read those books. He got something from it.
It's like Fincher and Fight Club.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually better than the book, which is not a thing people say often.
With Game of Thrones, there wasn't that vision. There was, how can we wrap this up? Because the vision was Martin's, loosely translated and sanitized. But then Martin retired without telling anybody, and they're like, oh shoot, we can't make stories. What are we gonna do? And it's funny too, because it's like, season 8 was so easily solved as a problem because you had the Battle of Winterfell. Kill off your characters, make them lose the Battle of Winterfell, make it the White Walkers versus the Lannisters as everything crumbles. That's what you do. So easy. Now, what about Denise's Dune? It is an abortive travesty and a betrayal of the source material. Sorry.
But this is like one of those things, like, the people who want to make great shows, Here, I'm going to talk about two shows that I think are both great and particular visions, but they're not even close to the same thing.
Okay.
The Diplomat. The one
I don't think I saw that one. Shit.
Kerry Russell, Rufus Sewell.
Yeah.
And it's fucking amazing.
I have to watch
like one
this.
for you who likes it's statecraft internally in a way that just does not get done, and it's a strong like female character, woman character, and a husband, but also not, and like what these things mean, and the characters are really complicated, and the subterfuge is subtle and it's not said out loud, and it's brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. And sorry, go ahead.
Guilty pleasure show I have been watching recently. It totally slipped my mind. Blacklist.
Oh, the Blacklist is fucking
Blacklist
great.
Blacklist is just fun.
It's
so
super fun
good.
until I don't know how far you are.
I'm still on season 1. I'm predicting
like
a few
solid,
things, but
multiple seasons, fucking solid, exactly the thing. Just like the show Burn Notice is like one of my favorite things. Like I will enjoy like procedurals in the way where it's like, hey, I'm a spy who's burned and I've got to get my way back in, but I'm helping people along the way. I will take that weekly and I will love it.
All I remember
is the same exact shit.
All I remember from Burn Notice is the yogurt and the sidekick guy. As far as
the sidekick guy, the chin. Are you talking about the chin?
I'm talking about the chin.
The sidekick guy.
The sidekick guy.
Ash. It's Ash.
I know it's Ash. But I was gonna say, like, in my head though, all I remember of him, I literally don't even remember that actor. I just remember Sully from Drake's Fortune. That's all.
Yes. So Diplomat's amazing. Like 100%, maybe one of the best TV shows of the last 5 years.
And Blacklist is really good, and
Poker Face.
What?
Poker
I
Face.
haven't seen Poker Face.
So it's Natasha Lyonne, who I don't know if I like her in other stuff. It's Rian Johnson, the guy who did Knives Out.
Yeah.
Which is fun. If you like that and you think it's fun, this is
no other movies, fortunately.
Say what?
He made no other movies, fortunately.
He did didn't he do Looper?
Oh yeah, he did Looper.
Fun.
That was the only other movie he made, though. That was it.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm saying I'm denying the existence of The Last Jedi.
Knives Out, I understand that.
Okay.
He did Knives Out, which is a really fun murder mystery. And I mentioned his thing that he loved. He grew up watching like Matlock and Columbo and like these procedural detective shows, and he's always wanted to do one. So he invented the character for Knives Out, and then Netflix fucking screwed him over and like took the show, and now it's like Glass Onion, a Knives Out story. Now they're doing the third one, and he's not really involved. It's all shitty. But he ended up making this series called Poker Face, and what it is 100% like a 1980s mystery procedural in exactly that same way. It's not drama. The Diplomat, high drama, excessive high drama. Poker Face, I don't know how to talk about it except like Columbo, kind of funny, kind of serious, murders everywhere, but also like clever. And it's really basic. The story goes, she is a poker player who has this knack for being able to tell if someone's lying. That's it. That's the whole fucking gimmick of the show. And she happens to get into the worst situations every week where someone's murdered, and she sees someone's lying and figures out what happens.
It's got that guy from The Menu in it.
It's got a bunch of people in it. There's 2 seasons. There will not be any more.
No, guy gets his finger cut off though. He's in it. I recognize that face.
There's a bunch of people in it. Benjamin Bratt's in it. Steve Buscemi. Like, they got a whole bunch of different actors to do one fucking episode.
Oh, the guy with the droopy face, Nick Knoll. Yeah.
Ron Perlman's in it.
No, he's the guy with the he's got the big he's the guy with the rocky face.
Haley Joel Osment's in it. Adrian Brody's in it. Who the fuck else? It's crazy. Chloe Sevigny is in it.
I like a Tim Russ.
It's fucking, it's amazing. John Ratzenberger's in it. John Hodgman. It's wild. So you have all these, but they're all single episode characters. She just like gets in a car, drives, fucking gets a job somewhere, and you kind of see what happens, and then that's the next episode. It's great.
James,
and every episode, they basically just used every episode is like a different celebrity friend of Friends, and it's amazing.
I like Blacklist.
Great.
I like Blacklist because it's a reminder that even people with my chin can look cool in a very specific context that I'll never attain to. It's great.
James Spader.
James Spader earns.
You wish.
James Spader is such
to James Spader. He is just the coolest motherfucker.
I agree. My chin will never be as recessed as James Spader's. He is way above my level, unfortunately.
Yes, but if you're going to do that, you have to have a level of malaise, a melancholy about you.
Suresh0T478 super chatted $5.
Hang on 1 sec.
Great video about the George R.R. Martin versus TV situation in DM if you can get around to it.
Thank you, Suresh. I'll take a look at that.
Poker Face is fucking great. I highly recommend it. Super fun for you specifically, because I know you used to fuck with those kinds of shows.
I'll give that one. It actually looks like it would be positive too.
Oh no, it's super fun. Recommended for anyone at all. It's super fun. Just the 2 seasons though, and it's very upsetting because it's like, of course they decided to.
Did they cancel it? Oh.
They just haven't renewed it yet, and then that's it. It's kind of the end.
Oh, did somebody die?
No. Netflix just doesn't have to do things.
Yeah. Well, they kept Blacklist going for like a solid 6 seasons. No,
that was a network show. That's not.
Oh, it was put on afterwards.
That was NBC, dude. That was NBC, and they fucking owned that. When I was doing Hero, what's her name? The actress who plays the girl who speaks Arabian Farsi. She's part of the IDF. In Blacklist.
Oh shit. The CIA lady?
She's the former IDF CIA lady.
Yeah,
who's in the Blacklist group. 1 sec, I'll find her name. She's fucking awesome.
I got the cast up here.
I feel so stupid not being able to remember this shit off the top of my head.
Mazen Navabi? No, Anya Banerjee? No, that's the Indian girl. Megan Boone?
No, Navabi, played by Moshe Marno. She's awesome. She's Iranian and friends with the other directors, the other creators I was working with on Hero. And so she was came around a bunch, got to meet her, and she's just like the nicest fucking person, super political, really interesting, just like very sweet. And I'll never forget when we met, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I was like, oh shit. I was
weird.
I love the Blacklist. She goes, oh, I guess you're the first person who's ever said that to me. She was fucking confused. Apparently no one likes the show in her fucking social circle.
Well, it's weird too because I only learned about the show through I think like a lot of weird media. Like actually I did watch a movie recently and it was terrible. I watched Hoodlum. With
Hoodlum
with Lawrence Fishburne. Might have been Hoodlums. I might be misremembering.
Oh no, Hoodlum! Oh my god!
It was terrible
from the 90s.
Yeah, it's a really bad movie actually, but it has some really good really good actors.
It's the story of Bumpy Johnson.
It is,
right?
But it's really badly done.
It's really badly done, especially since what was that show that just did Bumpy Johnson?
I don't know, but it's
a Godfather of Harlem.
Okay.
Fuck. Forrest Whitaker plays Bumpy. It's good.
Ooh.
It's so good.
Ooh, I could see that actually being really good.
Oh, it's great. The 4th season, they replaced the guy who plays Malcolm X, which is really fucked up because the guy who played Malcolm X was nailing it. He did a really thing because Malcolm X and Bumpy had a real world relationship. Like they grew up together. It's a long story, like really close, like family close. And the guy who
go on.
The first season, the guy who plays Malcolm X played him as like not a harsh, angry guy, and there was a ton of pushback. And the show didn't step away; they let him do it, and by like the end of the first season, they made him like this incredibly endearing but strong character, and then they took too long to renew for the fourth season, and that guy ended up getting a really great role in the movie.
Okay, so at least he wasn't okay. So he didn't beat his girlfriend or something, because that happens so frequently. Okay, good.
But it got replaced, and then the guy they replaced him with does the super angry, generic, angry black man Malcolm X, and it sucks.
Because that happened with The Expanse, and The Expanse is like dubiously well written, but like they had the pilot character, and then he was like embroiled in like sexual assault allegations, so they just killed him off, and they just had another pilot character pop in.
Ceremoniously killed him off. Yes.
He just has a stroke randomly. Yeah, but Hoodlum was awful. Like the cast was good. Like
Hoodlum's
I liked all the actors.
There's a handful of good scenes. I like scenes I remember that.
Which is why I watched it, because I watched the rat poison in the ice cream parlor scene because it was on Instagram.
That scene is so good.
It deserves a better movie because everything else around it is garbage. It's genuine garbage, and it's weird too because it's like. I was reading reviews of it from like when it came out, and it's like it's this super gory, violent movie, and it's like actually the random nudity at one point, and it surprised me because it was so fucking tame. It was like, was this supposed to be like a series? This feels almost like PG-14, like 14A. Like the blood is not like you compare it to something like Boardwalk Empire. It's like it's almost a children's show. In fact, even the writing is very childish. Like the relationship with his friend, the big guy, is like it's embarrassing. Like the way it's written, they're like cartoon characters. And the entire like the whole like conclusion of it is just like, oh, we're just making shit up now. And there's not even any like acknowledgement of any of the politics of the time either. There's just and people are racist, and that's it. It's not talked about. They're all stereotypes. All of the lead characters are stereotypes in the worst way, with the exception of Bumpy. And
again, Godfather Harlem is so good.
Yeah.
And again, like I know these guys. I've read the books. I love this. Bumpy Johnson's story is genuinely amazing, and like it's one of those things that. The reason we romanticize.
Well, you know, it's weird.
He's like a person who makes it so it's hard not to.
Well, I knew that Malcolm X was like, I knew that he was protected by like gangs essentially after he broke off with Nation of Islam. I didn't know that was Bumpy Johnson. That was interesting. I'm just reading about that right now. It's like, oh, weird. I just watched a shitty movie that misrepresented this. So I was like.
The story is really complicated, but it's tough to like. It's tough to talk about it as a thing.
Well, I think the problem is they just wanted to make a Godfather off, but black, and it just doesn't work because that's not how that works. Weirdly, I think actually Boardwalk Empire did a much better job of approaching that entire topic. Even though that also was not a very good show.
Oh. Last selling point on Godfather of Harlem.
Okay.
Vincent D'Onofrio is the fucking white gang leader.
Shit. Hang on. Who is that? Vincent
D'Onofrio is one of the greatest actors of our time.
I'll remember it when I see the face. Oh, that guy.
He played the alien in Men in Black.
Kingpin.
Yeah, Men in Black.
Yeah, but I know him as Kingpin.
Yes. Also, you can know him as one of the millions of other roles.
Wait, which alien in Men in Black? Oh, Edgar the Bug.
Yeah, he played the main bad guy in the first Men in Black movie. The one where he pulls his head back and he's like, he's made of bugs.
Okay,
that's him.
Okay, but you know what's
if you haven't seen it, it's fucking hilarious. When you realize it's him, it's like, because he plays the husband at first. He's normal, and then he plays like this fucked up version of him the rest of the movie, and it's incredible.
I'm gonna have to confess that, and this is very embarrassing because
everything's embarrassing at this point.
Because
you've never seen Men in Black.
Well, the fact I did see Men in Black, but here's the thing though. Okay. Even despite the fact that I saw Men in Black decades ago when it came out, in my brain I had literally filled the role of that guy as the police sheriff guy from Stranger Things. That actor. That's who I thought played him. Bad. That's really bad because I think that guy is probably like not super older than me.
And also not as good of an actor as Vincent D'Onofrio, who, by the way, has one of the greatest Twitter accounts of all time and one of the great losses.
David Harbour
switching to X.
Oh, he's 50. Never mind, he's older. I think you might actually hang on. He might actually.
Vincent D'Onofrio has one of the greatest tweets of all time. One sec.
I thought he was younger than that. I thought it was like 40 or something. David Harbour is aging pretty well. Oh, not anymore. He's
So
going gray.
one day, Vincent D'Onofrio tweeted, "Pigs can't look up, but I could pick a pig up one night, raise it into the sky, tilt this pig ever so gently. I can make sure this pig's eyes line up with the stars. Imagine seeing the stars for the first time. I want to be treated that kindly and see stars for the first time." He's a fucking, and so everyone was like this, like the tweet went viral. So he ended up writing a book for kids called Pigs Can't Look Up, about helping a pig see the stars for the first time and how amazing it is to help someone see that for the first time. That you can be someone who helps a pig see the stars for the first time. That's how cool that motherfucker is. Aside from all of the roles he's ever been in that are amazing, that are some of the most important roles that have ever happened in film, and he's like in all of them. Full Metal Jacket.
And my recollection of him is as the guy from Stranger Things, as the bug person and Men in Black. So
he was in JFK, man.
I didn't see it. I didn't see JFK.
Fuck. Ed Wood?
Oh, actually, I think I did see Ed Wood. That's with the Jack Sparrow. Fuck.
Strange Days?
Didn't see Strange Days.
Of course you didn't. Why would I expect that?
I learned about Plan 9 from Outer Space from Ed Wood.
That's good. That's good. That's a thing. That's okay. He was Law and Order CI, Criminal Intent.
Like, yeah. I watched. Really I used to watch that. Was he? Oh, he wasn't. Hang on.
He was Bobby Gorin, the main guy.
From the Vegas one.
No, Law and Order Criminal Intent.
Oh, sorry, Law and Order. I was thinking of CSI.
Not CSI, Law and Order CI.
Thank you for educating me on the acronyms of your police state.
And he only did fucking 140 episodes of it. It was only incredibly successful. Why would I fucking care about mentioning that, I guess?
Oh yeah. Me and my mom used to watch that on Sundays when I was like 10.
That's great.
I literally would have been 10, actually. I just realized I was joking, but no, actually it was true. You're so old.
Yeah. Yes.
Trying to think what else. Nah, I got nothing. I think that's literally all I've watched in the last year and a half. Is literally just. Also, I watched a bunch of anime. I'm not going to recommend that. Yategarasu is very good. You haven't seen that yet. If you watch anime, Yategarasu is fantastic.
Cool.
Well, I'm
Wig's
gonna
bored, and I hate to keep Wig being bored. They're so vitally interesting. I would hate to be the person to do that. So, I will.
I'm gonna watch. What is it called? Was it Godfather of Harlem?
Oh, watch that clip. You're gonna watch that clip?
Not on stream. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch the show.
I sent you a clip. It's an amazing clip.
Okay. Here, I'll take a look at that after I log off.
Yeah, and then
go to sleep.
Mayor of Kingstown has a new season coming. That show's great. Mayor of Kingstown, really, really well done.
I don't even think I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it's Jeremy Renner. He doesn't really have a lot of things that I've ever liked him in, but it's like a.
Oh, they put him back together.
Police corruption.
Okay.
And jail corruption and gangs and how fucked up the whole system is. It's pretty well done. I like it. I'm a fan.
Cool. Oh, Fallout. I watched Fallout. Fallout was good. But we talked about that already. It was good for what it was.
It was good. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I never expected it to be like biting or dark in a lot of ways. I was like, if they're doing Fallout,
it's way better. It's way better than it had to be. But
or could have been. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. All right, get out of here. Go to sleep.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.